baby.
What's up, everybody? It is another Thursday night, and we are back live on this first Thursday of February. So we made it to the first month of the new year, 2025. Been an eventful few weeks, so got some beers on hand to drink. Yeah, an eventful past week that's been kind of crazy, at least on my end, and some fun times that we actually had. That Todd was up in the area, so me, Todd, Trez got all together. So we'll talk a little bit of some of that stuff. Nice blast that we had at Cincinnati Beer Fest, and some pretty cool things. And it was great to see you, my friend, and great to see Shannon come up as well. And I think the wife is talking about us coming down there now at some point. So we had dinner tonight and everything. Kind of came up like, we go down there with Todd and Shannon. We got to go down there at some point. Like, yeah, we do.
Not that you have to, but we do have a beer fest or two coming up. So just saying.
Yeah. Only thing
I know she doesn't do that. So you guys can always just come down and hang out. We don't have to do that anyway. But
she's been to the beer fest before. She's just not, doesn't drink. Like, she didn't really drink anything really now, pretty much. Yeah. But she'll drink here or there. But we'll see.
It was good to see her also, to hang out and have dinner a couple nights. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a blast. And I didn't record any of the beers I actually had on Untapped. I was just kind of in the moment. I actually remember most of them anyway that I actually had. I may put them in at some point just to cross them off the list, but we had some pretty good stuff.
Honestly, since we worked it at the end of it, I was like, I didn't even drink hardly anything when we were there. I mean, I had some. I was like, man, I'm so disappointed. I was like, there's so many good things I was wanting to try, and I didn't even get to any of it. I was like, dummy.
Well, you drank some. You didn't drink as much as
before.
I did
some, but I had a list of some of the big barrel aged stuff or some of the big stouts that we're gonna have, and I didn't even get to any of those. I don't think. Maybe one or two, but I was like, man.
Yeah, I think I got to maybe 4 or 5 of the barrel aged stuff. I got to the both dark charges. I got to.
Yeah, see, I missed that one altogether.
And then the one that Party Source had, which was the 16, I got some of that. And then the one that was on our side of the room, which was Fretboard, their bourbon barrel aged one, had that one. And I might have had a couple others, but yeah.
Well, one of the main ones I do remember was the who was doing the kind of like the bus that had multiple taps on it.
Oh, that was 50 West.
50 West.
Yeah, had that too. Yeah,
they were a sponsor one there, I think, wasn't they? Weren't they the sponsor?
Yeah, they were one of the main sponsors.
So the one when you're looking at the taps or whatever, had the very one on the far right, the Choco, whatever. The
Choco Taco. Yeah, that was pretty popular. Yeah, people were kind of slamming that one.
But that was one of the few barrel aged ones that I actually got to try. I was like, dang it.
I thought I trained you better than that, Todd. Just saying.
I mean, I know. Every time, all these beer fests, every time I get to them, I'm like, write things down. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this one. And 9 times out of 10, I never hit any of them. I get too busy talking and bouncing around and doing it. And I'm like, dang it. What the hell?
Yeah. And welcome, Shane, as well, my friend. Great to see you. It's been a little bit of time. So,
hey, good to be here. Hopefully my audio sounds better now.
It sounds like, I don't know, it might be just loud. It might be to temper some on my end. Let me take a look here.
No, it's probably me.
No, but I can edit mic settings over here too.
Oh, okay.
That maybe say something now.
Something now.
I knew you were going to do that. No, it might just be with I don't know. Are you wearing a clip-on mic or?
No, I just got my earbuds I wear all the time. It's the exact same pair I always wear.
And that's got a mic in the earbuds or whatever?
Yeah.
Or maybe that's maybe it's just I don't know, something clicking in there. I don't know. It's not terrible or like that. I could just kind of hear it coming through. But you come in loud and clear, so you're good to go on that end.
Yeah, you can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. You can understand me.
Yeah.
Sound like somebody's holding your head underwater at times.
Oh, really? That's kind of weird. Oh, you know what? I was just thinking. I wonder if it's because my furnace is blowing some hot air right now in the background. I wonder if that's maybe getting into the earphones.
Are you feeling the air hit you? Like?
No. Like I mean, I can hear it. Like the furnace is literally behind that wall right there. So.
Okay. No. I mean, the furnace sound isn't coming through, but I was thinking if it was hitting you, it might be blowing in where it's like causing static or something. But
no.
That's all. Okay.
Well, if it gets annoying, let me know, and I'll just take these out, and I'll just run off the camera microphone, or the phone microphone, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, unless people are watching and hear something different, I mean, it's bearable. So, I mean, it's not like
if it sounds like crap, people let me know.
Worst thing we've ever seen on YouTube before.
That's true. Right. That's true.
Like who brought the guy from the space station? You know,
we've heard way worse.
The guy's definitely talking into a tin can. But
fair enough.
Yeah, but this week is Super Bowl week, so. I couldn't figure out earlier, like, what poll question do I want to put out there? So if you haven't hit the poll question yet, make sure to check out the poll question that I actually threw out there. But being a Super Bowl week, 4 movies listed. Which of these movies is the best of these football movies to watch?
Ooh.
Number 1, Remember the Titans.
Ooh.
Number 2, Rudy. Number 3, Varsity Blues. And number 4, Friday Night Lights. So those are the 4 to pick from that I could put on there. Now, I almost went with the program, and then Friday Night Lights popped in my head because the program's another good one that was out there too.
Yeah.
And there might be other ones not listed, but those were the 4 movies on the poll right now. So right now, vote is in for Friday Night Lights with 1 vote there. So,
Remember the Titans, Rudy, Varsity Blues, Friday Night Lights.
Which is funny because the Super Bowl, and like I know I don't know, there's really a good pro movie that was ever really done. You know,
what's the what was the old one like? First and 10? Was it First and 10? No, what was the?
You know about North Dallas 40?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, with Nick Nolte back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know if everybody would actually remember that movie still, though. Yeah, that's where I kind of, But then I was like, I could put out The Water Boy, but that's more like a comment, like, you know.
No, I think he was right leaving that one out. These 4 are probably pretty solid choices for sure. Yeah.
Now I didn't put in the one from. I could have put that one in there actually. I mean, it would have been like a USFL type thing, but Any Given Sunday. That's a pretty good one too. So
yeah, that's true. That'd be right there at the top of those as far as those go.
I don't know which one I would bump out for Any Given Sunday though. I mean, as much as I love watching Pacino and LT's in it, and Jamie Foxx had a pretty good role with LL and all. It's just But right now, look at that. We got a 3-way split between 3 of them. I mean, no votes yet for Rudy though. That's interesting.
For me, if I was replacing one of those 4 with that movie, it would be Friday Night Lights, I think.
See, I'd replace Varsity Blues.
It's like the God Shannon's just like calling out.
The voice comes from me out of nowhere.
So Shannon will replace Friday Night Lights with
No, I said Friday Night.
No, I'd replace Varsity Blues.
She said Varsity Blues.
You replace Varsity Blues with the Oliver Stone movie.
Yes, with Any Given Sunday.
Any Given Sunday, yeah. Oh, interesting.
Why didn't you put in The Water Boy in that selection, Brad?
I feel like that would have been too easy because that's such a good comedy that people just would, And then it's not real. I mean, it's football, but it's kind of like Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Like it's football, it's around football, but there's so much comedy outside of football, right? So it's kind of like
that exactly was going to be my argument.
I'm going to go with the angle there. Yeah. Cheers to JV in the house. Happy 2026. Did we jump a year already? Is it over?
What? That was easy.
Yeah, that was easy.
That was easy.
How'd those tariffs work out? We missed the whole year. Which we'll talk about that a little bit because Shane being here on the guest, we'll talk about the little Canadian American type thing taking place here. So,
okay.
Vanessa says, I shall return in a bit. Okay. So she was here. She might be
Vanessa.
Her brother. She might be picking up her brother tonight. So she'll be back. Vanessa always seems to make it in for sure. But I do want to crack open a beer because I am thirsty right now. So, in honor of the new second Mad Tree location that opened up today, Parks and Recreation, I'm going to have one of their flagship Mad Tree Psychopathy IPA. This is a standard one from them that everybody kind of knows Mad Tree by here in Cincinnati. Always solid, always good. 6.9% ABV. Again, another brewery in the, as you call, stovepipe can, 19.2 ounces, which is like really, we got rid of 22 ounces. We only went down 19.2, so not a huge drop off. And congrats to them for the new location up in Blue Ash. It looks phenomenal. So next time Todd and Shannon, you're up here to get you out there too. That's probably about 25 minutes from me, but I'm right next to the first Mad Tree location.
The original one? That's
yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah. That's the one you guys came to when you were up here. You and Joe and Eric when you went over there.
Yeah.
And Jack. But yeah, so that's the beer I'm cracking open. I don't know what you guys have there with you're drinking right now.
What do you got, Todd?
Drinking.
So I'm cracking one open thanks to Rod J that gave it to me on weekend. All black everything breakfast stout.
Oh, so you haven't had it yet. Okay.
No, and this one comes in at 7.9 ABV, and it's the Esoteric and Elmatic collaboration.
Yes. Yeah, so they did a collab on that one there.
Looking forward to diving into this one.
So you got that one from Rod?
Yeah, well, they were just up here this past weekend. I had a few extra of those, so yeah.
He gets a beer from the from the legend Rod J, but doesn't even take the time to do a video on it and review it.
He also got a late Christmas one too.
I feel like I should have just dipped it in gold and set it aside and put a plaque on it.
It's already been touched by the hand of gold, so it's you're good.
Well, just put on display for everybody else to see though. So
fair enough.
And honestly, I should have gotten like a small video of just the exchange of it, because then it'd be like, here's proof. Here's proof.
Awesome. Great idea.
Let me know when you guys are done. Just let me know.
Oh, we're not done. We're not done because I got to do my beer here really quick. I'm doing the.
Shane, I'm sure you can too. So.
Oh sure, absolutely could. Yeah, that's right. So I'm drinking a stout as well. This one's called Sweet Spot. This is a mocha marshmallow stout from Left Field Brewery. 6.2% alcohol by volume, and of course, you can't come on Rod J's live without using dun dun dun. The legendary Rod J BeerVentures glass. I'm sure there's a link down in the description there, guys, where you can click the link and buy this. Help support Rod J. There you go. That's my plug for you.
I appreciate that. A little bit of applause there, but yeah. So actually, my next beer will be a stout, but it'll actually be the one that Todd's actually enjoying right now too, though. So, and I do have that review upcoming. I just haven't released it yet. So yeah. And JB says, "Insert curtain joke here."
Of course, it's gotta be.
JT says, "Hey JB, you okay, man?" So saying hello there. Vanessa's back in the house. Hi.
Oh,
hi, great. Shane. Did you collect the item?
No, I'm going to go collect said item tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be a great day for you. It's going to be a great day.
It's going to be an amazing. Well, you know, right, Rod? I don't want to say anything.
Well, I'm pretty sure you'll be smiling at work tomorrow for sure. You got to work tomorrow. Well, no, or off?
I'm what's today? Thursday. I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow be a good night for you.
But I came up with a great idea for said item because myself, much like probably another dozen guys, next month is our 5-year anniversary on YouTube. So like me, TK, there's a bunch of guys involved. 5 years next month. So I'm going to use said item for my 5-year anniversary episode next month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I think it'd be a nice little tie-in.
So that means I'm twice as old as you on YouTube then, because it'll be 10 years for me next month. So
Just on YouTube, not in real life, Rod.
yeah, a little closer
And you're
in real
all way,
life.
way older than I am. So,
Yeah, oh, in YouTube years.
oh well.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to actually connect with JB over in England because he just completed his 10-year back in January, and we were talking about
nice.
my 10. We used to do like a compilation type thing, talking about our first 10 years and stuff. So I'll probably catch up with Northern Southerner and get together with him on something. Probably have to be a weekend because of the whole time type thing. But yeah, I can't believe it's 10 years at this point. So it's crazy.
I know, it's amazing how fast the time just goes by, right?
Oh, yeah. It's going in the blink of an eye just about. So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Vanessa said hello to Todd as well. Yeah.
Hey, Vanessa. When you say it like that, it's like it does seem like a long time because I remember like not YouTube wise, but us doing the hangouts when there was 45 people on at the same time. Before, you know what I'm talking about back
yeah.
when
I may have to pull some of that footage when I do the 10-year anniversary shows.
when Joe and those guys would talk, but you couldn't see their faces or whatever. You never knew what he looked like for the longest time. But
yeah.
I mean, how long into that did that take place? How long did you have your channel at that point, do you think?
When we were doing the hangouts back then?
Yeah.
Well, I started in March in 2015. So by the time we were doing hangouts, no, I would say it was probably towards the end of that year because Craig started a little bit after I did. So
okay, so I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Craig and Harry and all them. So we were doing Google Hangouts, not too many months after, when we connected on stuff. So yeah. Yeah, because Craig will be 10 years this year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So it was like, it's funny because it's just like going to school. It's like, oh, this was my YouTube class. And it was like me, it was Craig, it was Harry, it was Peter, them. And then like, Shane's like, oh, it was me, it was Dave, it was blah, blah, blah. Everybody's kind of like, everybody has a class, like they know who they were actually with when they kind of came in. So yeah.
I was part of the COVID class.
Yeah.
That's
nothing to do.
That's when we all
do a
started.
YouTube channel. Yeah.
And that's what we all did, and we all said the exact same thing. Like, oh yeah, let's do a YouTube channel because nobody else is reviewing beer on YouTube. And then you get into it and realize there's like 5,000 guys doing beer reviews.
Like, this is a great idea. Why didn't we think about this before? Like,
right?
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I guess I was part of the second purge, so to speak. So because I think back, like, I don't know, maybe the second, maybe the third, I don't even know what edition, because if you go back to the old school ones, right, you had like Greg and you had like Simon, you had Beer Goggles, you had people that were kind of that initial kind of put Joe D, he was like kind of one of the OGs back then. And then I guess probably coming around might have been like part of that second type wave or whatever. But yeah, but those guys, they're like, Joe I think he started his back in, I think he says like 2008 or something was his first video when he did the Guinness thing. So yeah.
Oh wow.
Even throw Tom in there also, even though he's not technically, as he says, a beer review channel. That's all he does. But
that's all he does. Yeah.
That's not what he claims himself to be.
Like, Tom, you're kind of reviewing the beer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I sent him some stuff, and it's been a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, back then we also had John, right? Your old neighbor. Yeah, that he was doing stuff
John.
Back in the day. John. Yeah. And I guess, I don't know, I guess Jay might have been in between that first and second. I think Jay was before I was doing it. So he would have been after that first wave, but before the wave I was in. So I would say a third wave probably by the time I got into it.
Yeah, I would say Jay was probably about the same time as when John kind of was doing his little thing for a short time. I mean, he didn't do it very long, but
doing the reviews in the grocery store.
Oh, Jay?
Yeah.
Backyard grocery store at 4 a.m. in the morning. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Cracking a beer. 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning.
And why not? Why the hell not?
Remember he did the videos in the backyard. Every time he started, his neighbors like pull the chainsaw out or something. He's like, I don't know why they do that. They know I'm shooting a video over here. Like every time he'd be like, it's time to go to work. Let's do something. Yeah. Or you get mad. He got mad at the wax floor guy in the store.
Usually when he was doing it, it was like you could tell it was early in the morning. It was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Or something. It was like, dude,
Yeah.
like, get some sleep or something. Like, what do you do? Just wake up and drink beer right away?
It's like, I hope you had a night shift job and that was just your happy hour. Because you can't start the day like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And they can dig up some of the old names from years ago as well and kind of share some of the stuff there. Because, yeah, like I remember Tiny. Like, I haven't seen Tiny do anything in a number of years since she was doing beer reviews back in the day. Tiny Mikowski. Yeah.
I forgot about her.
Yeah. It was just, you know, it's not easy doing YouTube and keeping it going for sure. So it takes some focus.
All of a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah.
Stay tuned is all I'm saying. Stay tuned.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been waiting. For that notification, Todd. It never comes. It never comes. Just saying. Oh, Ginger Yeti.
Shane, I can't let those go to waste. So.
Well, it's true. That's true.
Can't let your hard work die down.
Right.
You know, whatever. Like I said, if you like them, use them. If you don't like one or two of them, don't use one or two of them. Whatever you want, man.
Best green screen digital rep if a window was ever created. Talk about that.
That's DK, come on.
Oh, cool. So glad it made it. Got there 4 hours earlier than what they said. Yeah. That's for
Perfect.
sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm excited as hell. I'm going to be like, just like, when I get there.
Oh, you're
be so
definitely
excited.
like, you're little Ralphie for sure for Christmas with that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I was planning on drinking a Dovetail Rocksphere, but I haven't managed to pull one out of the fridge yet. What's going on there, JT?
Yeah, come on.
It's so far away. It's like right across the room. That's a long walk.
JT, this is really easy to do, JT. Just sit where you are and go, hey, Liz, give me a damn beer.
That's what
It's easy.
it's
easy.
Just wait for Liz to get up and go that way, and then be like, "Hey, while you're up."
Yeah.
I feel like JT is like Harold and Kumar. Like you want to go, but no, we went too far already. The door's like right there.
Probably.
Because JT might have been enhanced with something else at this point.
Fair enough.
Like I want to move, but my legs won't move, so I'm just going to sit here. And a few more available here, so I'll try to gain more and gift them another. Oh shoot! There you go.
Wow, that's awesome.
I mean,
I'm
definitely around if you got a place that has them. Yeah. What you say, Todd?
I was gonna say, honestly, I'm in the dark. I don't even know what you're all talking about. But
Just know you drank one in the whole night,
and you're not supposed to.
and then you wanted the bottle.
Oh, now Todd's on board. There we go.
Yeah.
Now, but I didn't know.
You drank a whole bottle. I didn't know if it would come back at all, but you know.
See. Hey.
Cheers to Trez. What's going on, homie? Great full weekend with Trez, Beer Fest, basketball game. We had a blast this weekend, so appreciate you, homie.
Yeah, it's so great to meet Trez and his wife also.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. So gotta get Trez down to Indiana too. And we need to get down there for a beer fest for sure. 8 years since I completed my master's in math. Whew.
Oh, so when she was like 30. Good for you. Completed her master's at 30 years old. That's awesome.
Took a year off school and then went back in.
Right, it'll be hot because it'll be in the middle of summer. But what's the festivals? The one that was the new one last year.
The Steamboat.
The Steamboat Museum one, yeah.
That one's kind of.
Yeah, but it's still a beer fest.
Yeah, but if he's going to come down here for a beer
well, no,
fest,
I know. I mean, that's true. The one to come down to would be would be Tailspin.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if you want one coming up, because
Yeah.
Tailspin's next year.
Yeah.
In a month. But
Are they still selling tickets for Tailspin?
I know the VIP is sold out, I think, but you know what? General admission, I'm not really sure. It's coming up on it's March 1st, I think, is that day.
Yeah, so it's like three weeks out or whatever.
Hey,
So
if they're still available, come down to that one.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
That one is really good.
for Tailspin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, how far is it from your place to Todd's place? Sorry.
Looks like about an hour 45 or something, maybe. Is that how long it takes
Oh,
you
it's
guys
not
to
even
get
that
back?
far.
Yeah, hour.
No,
It's not even
no.
that far.
That's
Oh,
an hour
all
35, hour 45.
I'm just throwing this out there. I'll message you details later, but I'm planning a trip down there next month.
Oh, okay. That could be something, definitely. Yeah.
Shane, I took that Friday off too. If you're all still coming
Beautiful.
on at the same time.
Beautiful, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
It's not even so much a trip for me. It's my wife that's been bugging me to go. I just want to go down and hang out with Shannon.
Yeah.
So you don't even really want to come, then, is what you're saying?
Oh no, I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited to come down and hang out with you guys again.
I'm just.
But my wife is just like,
You should have seen
all about
you should have seen Shannon and Janice in the restaurant there. They just kept talking and talking. Yeah. They were peas in the pod, just like laughing and everything. So they had a blast.
They were talking, laughing, and me and Rod were drinking our punch, early drink out of the straw there. So
Yeah.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I told you, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a girl who drinks.
Then we went to P.F. Chang's the last night, so that was fun. So Todd got to go to P.F. Chang's for the first time, and Shannon for the second, I think. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
But that Mexican restaurant, I was telling you, Shane, if you saw this Mexican restaurant, all the food they gave you, it was just like, I don't know how they do it. Like,
I love Mexican.
The way we went to Friday night for the Mexican restaurant, it's like one is cheaper than a lot of other restaurants, and two, you get more food than a lot of other restaurants. Like, what's going on here? Like, don't put any tariffs on Mexico. They got a good thing going.
You're right.
well, I mean, you got to remember, Mexican cuisine revolves a lot around like rice and beans and like cheaper kind of.
Yeah, but even the meats, they gave you like a ton of meat for your stuff too. It was like it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was tasty. And the margarita, like, you couldn't even taste the alcohol in the drinks. It was just like
that margarita. That was really
and then the other drink afterward too. So yeah.
You talking about
I like the smoke, but you got the other one too that you said was you couldn't taste the alcohol in. Yeah. One that was like a smoked drink. It was great. Yeah.
Almost kind of made you wonder, like, did they actually put anything in this, or they just sell it to you to make you think that there is something in it?
Yeah. My old Mexican restaurant we used to go to when we lived in the Kentucky side, we go there and it'd be like, we actually got to know them because we go up there enough that it was just like, I get like a whiskey and Coke and everything. And like, whiskey and Coke, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay. You come back over, and you take like one of the tall glasses, and the whiskey be like here. And the Coke would be a splash on whiskey.
Yeah.
I get woo. Yeah. And he'd be like, okay, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Don't you worry about it. I'll let some of the ice melt down. I'm good to go. Yeah.
That's it. Holy.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. Oh, let me see here. But that said, if I do one more master's before I reach full retirement age, I can extend my pay from jobs tremendously. That increases retirement pay substantially. I don't know. Well, it used to be that way. I don't know what the new plans that are coming out of the administration. Who's going to be I don't know who's going to be working in the government after like a few weeks from the way things are going right now. So everybody's take the buyout or get fired. Yeah, it could be us. Nobody's giving me a buyout offer.
You're right.
Tonight, Paul Stranger. I've only seen one of the football movies, so I can't really judge. I mean, I've only seen two of them actually. So, but I know the other two. I know the iconic of the other two. But I've always said I'm going to sit down and watch it. I haven't gotten around to. So
I've actually seen them all. So,
but I did watch the TV show for Friday Night Lights, even though I didn't see the movie.
Yeah, we used to watch that also.
Yeah, it's a good TV show.
Yeah, but
honestly,
right now in the
TV show better than I like the movie.
Oh, shit.
So right now we've got Remember the Titans, Rudy, and Varsity Blues all at 29%. and Friday Night Lights at 14%. We got a 3-way tie.
I've not seen Rudy.
You never seen Rudy? Really?
No.
Especially being from Indiana.
I think that's the only one I have seen.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
I still haven't seen Hoosiers, so I have to watch that
We
at
talk
some
about
point.
watching that all the time. We never have. Hoosiers too. Hoosiers is a
I've
great
never seen that
also.
one either.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch. You still remember the Titans, though, right, Shannon?
Oh yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
With Cooper
yeah. I think
Junior. Is that?
no, that's Radio.
Oh, what's?
Yeah, he wasn't a football player. Oh no, you're talking about any given Sunday.
Washington.
Oh
No,
yeah.
you're talking about Jerry Maguire. Cuba couldn't choose Jerry Maguire. And he was Radio. And he was Radio.
A radio.
Yeah,
Wasn't he
Radio.
a helper in a football. He was a little like water boy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was mentally challenged. Yeah. Yeah. But I think like I don't usually get a movie that I get like a tear type thing, but I think 2 of them were Rudy get a little bit of that watershed moment towards the end.
It does get you.
And then remember the Titans when he's driving the truck. It's kind of like it kind of hits you a little bit there, and then you see him in the hospital. So yeah. Because I can watch all yelling and be fine.
Boys in your sports.
I can watch Bambi and be fine. Yeah.
Was the Friday Night Lights, was that based on a true story?
I think it was. I got to Texas and stuff, so
I was thinking so.
Probably loosely.
So 3 of the 4 are based on true stories, or loosely based on true stories.
Yeah.
I
had to put
was not, but
I didn't put The Blind Side on because I never saw The Blind Side, and a lot of the stuff that came out about that has kind of been a conjecture of what actually happened.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I love that movie too, but ever since all that, I'm like, since he's come out, I was like, that's not really what happened, but okay, it's like, I'm not sure. It's glorified for the movies, I guess, maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna tell the story they're gonna tell.
Yeah.
We need beer reviews while actively fishing. Well, there you go. That can work. Cut on the beer channel. Just cut on one of our channels. Me, Shane, Todd. While you're fishing, we got beers reviews for days for you out there.
That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll do that in the spring or summer whenever I start fishing again.
There you go. And get a beer with the fish on it, like on the fish on a can or something.
Yeah, for like a reef junkie or something. Yeah, good idea.
Vanessa, hello to Trez. JT said hello to Trez. 20 up, she's picking up her brother. 27 at the trucking yard. Oof. Yeah, that's cold.
That seems just glory. Oh, that's Fahrenheit. Sorry.
You're like, that seems like a good day. Yeah.
27 is a good day.
Yeah, not in the States.
No, not at all. Not at all.
What is the temperature out there right now for you?
For me, it's probably. Give me a second. I'll find out. I'll give you the exact number here. Give me a second. 32.
32.
32
Fahrenheit. So yeah. So
yeah, well, it was easy because it's 0 degrees for me, so it's 32. I know that much. So it's nice and easy.
But that's said 48 inches are coming in Saturday night. For some women, that's a good night though. What did Shannon say there?
My ass.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, 4 to 8 inches. That's like 2 to 4 rounds for me.
Yeah.
You want 8 inches? Okay, we're gonna do it 4 times tonight. Then I guess let's go.
Regulators, mount up.
Yes.
Tacos and nachos fully loaded for Super Bowl Sunday. There you go. Yeah, I probably knew. I got no really earning to watch Super Bowl. My mom will be watching because she's a big Eagles fan, so they'll be tuned in up there in Jersey and stuff. But I know JV will be watching because he's a big Chiefs fan and stuff. But I think most of the country is against the Chiefs. I think a lot of people are hoping the Eagles
except for
beat
Shannon.
the Chiefs. Shannon's pulling for the Chiefs.
Well, of course, she wants Taylor to win. So I mean,
Oh.
Travis Kelsey to win.
Yeah. Shannon's hoping that rumors are true that he's going to propose at halftime to her.
No, that'd be so.
No, he's not.
That's what the conspiracy theorists are saying.
He,
That's part of the
he may be
script.
he may be a football player, but he's not freaking stupid. That's all I'm saying.
Well, not yet. One more hit to the head, it'll be.
Give it another year.
Damn.
Oh man. I like older football movies. The original Longest Yard, Master Best Times. I mean, I could have went with the old movie, right? Like I could have went Brian's Song. That's a classic. But
Yeah.
a lot of younger folk would probably know Brian's Song.
Yeah.
At least not the original type stuff. And that's a tearjerker of a movie as well.
See, that's another thing needs to watch.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know why you would want to, but
I don't like
You know,
Brian.
another movie.
about that one all the time.
Another movie I thought of back from the 80s was with Tom Cruise was All the Right Moves. That was a pretty cool football movie from back in the day when they were in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that. That one was a classic back in the mid 80s or so.
I'm gonna go back and check.
Yep. See, I saw Brian's Song when it first aired on TV in the 70s. Yeah. Billy D. Williams before he was doing Colt 45.
Billy D.
Mr. Colt 45 himself.
Yeah. Began cutting dovetail joints in Texas to help get my arm better and better movement after I graduated college. Cutting dovetail joints. That's got to be something interesting. Got Ray in the house. Cheers, Ray. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, Ray's in the house.
What's up, Ray?
Yeah. Yeah, Ray, I sent you a thing there, so let me know. Here. Store with them, have them in their special offer position. You need to ask now. Good thing because I know how many they have left already. This was the dovetail joints. I don't even know what a dovetail joint is for. I'm like, do you guys know what a dovetail joint is for?
Yeah, yes, cabinet making.
I was gonna say it's some sort of woodworking of some sort.
There you go. See, that's say I pay guy.
I wasn't gonna get that specific with cabinets, but I knew there's something in woodworking.
Well, yeah, it's woodworking, but it's a lot of it's like cabinets and like drawers and stuff like that. You'll see the little dovetail joints. It's kind of like a triangle, but it's not a triangle. I don't know how to describe it.
It's a long time since I had industrial artists in seventh grade.
Part like on a wrench or whatever, where you have the female and the hole and then you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Shannon. Oddly enough.
Yeah. They're like puzzle pieces that fit together.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That's age 52. Yeah, there you go. A lot of people don't like getting their masters when they're older.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Listen out to Shannon.
Hey,
North Dallas 40 was another good one back in the day as well.
that is a good one.
The number one probably has to play the quarterback of the Saints. I never heard about number one.
Me either.
I know Charles Heston was even in the football movie.
What is it?
Number one.
Never seen Rudy. Rudy's a classic. I mean, probably every Notre Dame fan probably seen Rudy. So a George Clooney football movie about football's beginnings. I don't know if I've never seen that one with George Clooney.
I'm not sure what that one is either.
George Clooney was a Kentucky guy from Kentucky. Go fish in Canada.
Come on up, Vanessa. We'll go. We'll go. Let's go.
Is there a difference in the fishing in Canada? Or just go to Canada and fish. Emerson in the house.
Emerson.
Sub gang chose varsity blues to my prediction for cakes, whipped cream, and cherries. It's like they tore a page out of my diary. Cheers. Varsity Blues is in the lead right now with 38%, with Rudy and Remember the Titans tied at 25. Friday Night Lights is down at 12. A little hard wood snow. You never know. I don't even know where Vanessa was taking us on that ride.
I was
Yeah.
going to say.
Well, she's talking about the 4 to 8 inches she mentioned earlier.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was in reference to.
8 inches.
No, 4 to 8. Yeah, 4 to
Oh,
Shannon
okay.
said she thought we said
Oh.
48. It's like, no, 4 to 8.
That's why I was saying, good time my ass.
Yeah.
Shit. 48. That's like 2.5 John Holmes.
Yeah, that's like,
Like, hey, no, let me get out of here.
Good Lord, man.
that's
Where do
what
you
I'm
put
saying.
that thing? Yeah. Gotta wrap it around like a belt.
Like, hey, I'm standing over here.
Yes. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, for God's sakes. Here we go. Put your seatbelts on, audience. Here we go. Here we go.
Good
I mean,
point.
a 48.
Good point. That's a good point.
48, you're an X-Men mutant at that point.
Yeah, really.
Put that person in the next Marvel movie.
So what would be his superhero name? Like we'll call him 4-foot.
What was
Yeah.
We'll call him 4-foot.
the limbo stick.
That's it.
It's gonna take a while. I need a lot of blood, but anyway.
Yeah.
he'd pass out and die before.
Right?
Yeah. Oh. Let's see, Varsity Blues. Hey, what's up, Az? Cheers, my friend. Great to see you. Happy Thursday to you. That part next to a rather large pothole in the parking lot. My foot almost submerged below the eye. Ooh, wow. Be
Well, that's not good.
careful out there. Shoot. Cherries and whipped cream are good choices.
Can't disagree.
What's going on there? Yeah. You're
I
right.
see-
It's not
I see
even
a
9
theme.
o'clock yet, and we're already hitting different categories.
That's it. I see a theme
Yeah.
brewing here for the evening. I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Pretty soon we get to the caramel or peanut butter or something, I'm sure.
You never know.
Cherry vanilla ice cream Coke floats are good as well. Yes. That would be good too.
That sounds great. I haven't had a float in ages.
Does anybody still do beer floats anymore? Like they did, like when Not Your Father's came out, and there are some like the fruit type beers where they'll put them like it's like the orange cream type beer, and they'll put ice cream in it. Something. Have you seen anybody ever do those? Or
I did.
I did one. Go ahead, Todd. You're good.
I was gonna say I did one with Not Your Father's, but I haven't done one since then. So no, I have not seen that.
I did a couple of maybe a year or two ago for a Wild Wednesday episode. I took 2 different stouts and used 2 different types of ice cream in them. So it was kind of interesting. It's not something I'm going to do every day, but yeah, it's kind of a neat little novelty kind of thing, I guess.
yeah, I remember when the fad was going, it kind of ran its course, I think. But just talking about all the stuff with ice cream, like I wonder if anybody actually does that anymore out there. Because you can do that with some of the sours. You could do it.
I can see doing one with the Neapolitan stout. I think that'd be
Sagatuck Neapolitan. I need to get that beer again. Yeah. Did you guys pick up any when you came to Jungle Jim's? Because they usually get that Sagatuck in.
We never did go to Jungle Jim's.
Well, not this last time, but when you went before.
I can't say if they did or didn't have it. I didn't see it. If
they usually carry Sagatuck there though. So yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Jungle Jim's near Rod's place?
Closer to Rod than me.
Yeah, for me it's like a
1 second here.
probably about a 40-minute drive, 40-minute drive. Yeah.
Okay. That's one of the places we want to go.
Well, there's 2 locations here, so yeah.
We're probably an hour and 45, 50 minutes, probably maybe.
Yeah.
From where I live at, so it's not. It's 2 hours and less. Depends on traffic, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to hit that up when we're down there for sure.
Well worth the trip.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Well,
That's what you said.
Like packing lunch type day. So yeah.
I would say you want to get there, especially for you guys, you want to get there at 10 o'clock in the morning and stay till whenever, because
Yeah.
I've been there numerous times. I've never seen half of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they actually have a barrel age festival during the year as well out there. So I've never been to it, but I'm like, okay, that's something I need to go out there and stay at a hotel tonight because they get like heavy barrel aged beers out there. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Todd said that Jungle Jim's is better than Bucky's. So I'd rather go to on Todd's recommendation. I'd rather go to Jungle Jim's than Bucky's, I guess.
well, Bucky's doesn't have Bucky's doesn't have beer like Jungle Jim's, though.
Oh,
Right?
no,
Hold on,
that's
going
why-
to Jungle Jim's it is then. Let's go.
Yeah.
No,
Off we
that's
go.
what
don't
I'm
have-
saying. That's
yeah.
why I said Jungle Jim's for sure. But I just think Bucky's is just an overrated gas or a truck stop. I mean, it's just a bigger truck stop. Is all that is.
I've heard good tales about the barbecue at Bucky's, though.
Oh no, the food is pretty good. Shannon was.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. There was too much chaos.
Well, no, the barbecue.
Oh,
You didn't care much
yeah.
for it, I don't think. But I thought it was pretty good. But that in
Yeah.
itself was just it was just okay. You know, like Shannon said, it was too much chaos going on for my life.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Ray, sir, how are you doing this fine evening?
I am fantastic, fellas. How y'all doing?
Doing good. So even up the
Oh, y'all. Are you trying to mix in with the Americans with the y'all?
100%.
We're doing good, eh?
Yeah.
There you go. That's better. That's better.
There you go.
We'll even it out.
A little bit of trading places going on here.
Yeah.
What are you drinking,
Great.
Ray?
Actually, I've got a little bit of Wine 101 Red from Niagara College.
Wow.
nice.
Look at that wine.
As soon as you said Wine 101, I knew where it was from.
Yeah.
I know the other guys probably wouldn't, but I knew where it was from right away.
Yeah, at work we host a couple of tour days for the hospitality program from there, and today was one of those days, and they always bring us a bottle of wine. So
Nice.
I thought, why not
Why not?
class this show up a little bit here?
There you go. Yeah. Well, good luck with that. We'll see what happens, but I always appreciate the effort. All
I
right,
tried.
JT said he'll be back late. I guess he finally his leg started working. He can get up now for a little bit. Oh, let's see.
It was a tough one today. I got home from work and had some dinner, and then I had to sit down to this darn computer thing and actually try to get another Alkanauts episode out. So
How'd it go? Did you get it out?
it's scheduled for 10 a.m. tomorrow.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Nice.
What's the beer, Ray? Give us a spoiler. What's the beer?
It's actually a very special one, so I'm not going to spoil it.
Well,
Okay.
no
It's
spoilers.
a special anniversary beer from one of our local breweries. That's all I'm going to say.
Wine minds want to know.
Very nice.
This particular brewery's been in business for 5 years. They opened just before the pandemic, so it was really tough for them. And they've done a anniversary beer each year.
Now you got Shane Wonder.
Also,
Well, because it's
Shane
funny because
Wonder.
I was at a brewery today looking for a particular beer that I can't get until next month when they have their 6-year anniversary. So clearly, it's a different brewery
Mhm.
Who would be 6 years?
counterpart.
Oh, yes. Yes,
that was
that's
good.
right.
That was
This
a
is
nice
that.
brewery. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
nice.
yes.
I do remember that movie Vanessa Now, Leatherheads. I didn't see it, but I do remember that when that movie came out with George Clooney. Really liked American Underdog. I've never seen that movie.
Me either.
Is that another football one?
No.
So hey, SJ Emerson. That was Ray. I don't know if they. Is he going to
I'm
come
in.
on, or is he doing something else with the wife that he's just kind of like excited right now? he's having a super bad moment.
No.
Oh, we're back to the cherries and whipped cream again. Apparently, here we go.
Or the 48 or 48, whichever.
He's got a little McLovin action going on. I'm in. I'm in.
There we go. There we go.
Oh
Actually,
man!
I just realized you can see my eyes tonight. This is great.
What can see your eyes before?
Well, the old glasses I had really bad glare on them.
Yeah,
Oh,
he usually has really bad glare in his glasses. Yeah, I noticed that before.
Ah.
Still not perfect, but much better.
Yeah, way better, right?
There we go.
Style and a profile, just like Ric Flair.
Style and
There.
a profile. Paul always tries to get me not to wear my glasses when we shoot videos, but then everything's just a giant blur. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Of course, he likes to use the TV that I've got here when we're filming here for teleprompting, and
Yeah.
it doesn't do any good. I mean, it's a 50-inch TV, and it's like 4 feet from us, and I still can't read it.
No, like Shannon with her glass, or even with her glass sometimes.
Because Paul
still
doesn't
not-
like to use the teleprompter, which we did a video one time. I did a video with Ray and Paul one day, I think at Paul's house. And he had, all the information was up on the TV behind. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got
it's
one
good.
here. I don't use mine as much, but I have it around.
Yeah, I love it. It's just to if there's key talking points, because I don't know if you've ever hung out with Paul, but he's a little distracting sometimes. So
No.
Not Paul. Not
only when
Paul.
only
Come on.
when Malort's around. So
yeah,
which reminds me, one of my if you haven't checked out the Gnarly Gnome on YouTube, check out Gnarly Gnome. I gotta get out to Chicago, folks, but here in Cincinnati, Swine City did a Malort beer.
Oh,
He just launched a review on it. So
Who asked for that? Nobody asked for that. I'm just saying. Nobody asked for that.
that was my question in the comments when he posted it. It's like,
Shannon's reaction was like, "Oh, why?"
Yeah, nobody asked. Nobody asked for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, really?
Okay, sorry, that's a lie. Maybe like 4 people in Chicago. 4 people total.
I mean,
We're whole
it's
city.
like the old Star Trek, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
You're right. Yeah.
that was Paul. That was our mandate for our the Alkanauts channel, was to try the beers that nobody's tried before or that nobody wants to try. No, don't send it.
No.
No, thank you.
So is Malort a Canadian thing or?
No,
That's
Chicago.
That's Chicago.
Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Gnarly
But now-
Gnome, if you're watching and you want to send some, I will absolutely try it. So
Yeah, if anybody gets one, send one to me. Because I've already had the worst rated beer. I've had the Budweiser 55 Select, which is the worst rated beer apparently.
See,
Ain't going any lower, right?
We only
it's
tried it
funny.
last year.
I left that.
I was expecting way worse than what it was, in my opinion.
Todd,
Yeah.
exactly. I had it in the fridge, and Paul and I were going to review it, and we were going to review it, and it was just sitting there. And one night I was like, screw it. I'm just going to open this thing. I should have filmed it because it was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, it's
Well,
not great by any stretch of imagination, but it's not
I've had
awful either, though, I didn't think.
I've had way worse beers.
Yes, yeah.
So
I will say I can. Not that I would prefer to drink the Malort, but I would probably drink Malort before I would drink Ouzo, Jägermeister, or Absinthe. Those 3 are like the worst bottom level for me.
I'm the exact opposite. I hate those 3. I hate those 3 you just said, and I would rather drink those.
yes,
Yeah.
I would rather drink Ouzo.
And
I'd rather drink
those.
I'd rather drink Jaeger.
Ooh.
See, I used
I've
to
never
drink-
had
I used to drink Jaeger.
Absinthe's right in there, the same flavor profile as the other 2, but
never had it.
but the brewer had told me though, when I reached out, they responded to it off the comment off of Gnarly Gnome's page, and he has a thing. He's a big fan of wormwood and different stuff, so he kind of went with it, and so it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. Like, I never liked black licorice, but when I have barley wine and black licorice comes through, I'm on board with it. So who knows? It could be something different when it's in the beer. I never liked coconut until I had it in the coconut stout. And I'm like, okay, I can take it this way. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, the funny thing is, a lot of the guys that tried the Malort at the get together had it out of like a big bottle. Now, when we were in Chicago last year, we had the little spark plug bottles, little teeny little things.
Mm-hmm.
But the people who hadn't tried before were like, "Oh, this isn't bad." I mean, they weren't throwing up like we were. So I wonder if it's the difference in just the packaging, or maybe we just had some really old Malort or something. I don't know. It was awful.
Very well could be.
Yeah.
It was awful.
Yeah, I don't know if
When we had it up there
it might have been
last year,
old. Yeah.
When we had it up there last year, I was expecting like just be like spit it out, bad. But I was thinking this wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. Like, it wasn't, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
I should have tried it again because
You like that? I'm like, I didn't say I liked it.
Yeah,
but it's
maybe
terrible.
we have to take a trip down to Chicago, Ray, and we'll try it. We'll get a big bottle of it. We'll try a
Let's
fresh
just
one.
go-
Maybe,
Yeah,
let's
maybe.
go to the distillery, get it right out of the cask.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I can't even believe I just said that. Hey, Ray, let's go to Chicago and try
Yeah,
Malort.
that's what I was saying.
You know what, Shane? I mean, if we walk in there and we say, "Hey, do you know who we are?" I'm sure they'll just take us with open arms everywhere.
Yeah.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
should go you should go in there dressed as the Blues Brothers, like we're on a mission from God. We're here from a Lord.
There we go. We're here for you, my
Full
lord.
tank of smoke, full tank of gas. We're wearing our shades and we're driving at night.
That's it.
No, it's nighttime out. We're wearing our shades.
Yeah. Vanessa. So we still didn't get to 9 o'clock yet, but woodworking and leatherworking, just saying, hardwoods and whips. So we're still not at 9 o'clock yet. Drinking a Bell's Kalamazoo style. Yeah, Bell's Kalamazoo style is a solid one too.
That's a good one. I do like
Yeah.
that.
Never had that one.
So here in the States, because in Canada, you guys have Great Lakes, but we have Great Lakes in Cleveland. They just came out with the Conway Irish Red Ale they do every year. They just came out with the Conway Stout. So I'm going to try to pick that up because I like to do a mix, like a black and tan type thing with the two together, see how it coovy, so to speak. So
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. But the Conway Stout just came out that they released.
Rod,
Great Lakes has some fantastic beers.
You didn't say that the right way. You got to say it in the Joe way.
I was trying not to.
Sorry.
Joe would
Speaking
say,
of stout,
Mhm.
I saw somebody reviewed the other day a white stout. Have any of you had one?
Yeah, I've had white stouts. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
it's kind
I've
of
had one.
interesting. The first time you have them, it's kind of interesting because you're like, you drink it, you taste it, and you like look at it, and you're like, okay. Then you go back, you're like, I mean, it's got the stout characteristics, but it's just not black. It's not a stout. It's weird. It's kind of a mind type thing.
I was gonna say to me it's the mind blank because we're not at the 9 o'clock hour yet. So I say the mind blank. It's a mind blank for sure. What is going on here?
So Shane, is there any here that you can think of that's available locally for us?
No, I don't think that we can get any more.
Okay.
I think Grist did one for a while, but I think it was a limited kind of thing.
Okay. And man, they're like 18 minutes away, and I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it was maybe 2 years ago. I think I tried that. They had it. And I was
Okay.
like, oh, that's kind of neat. And it's only because my brother-in-law picked it for me. And that's the only reason I even knew about it.
Right.
Vanessa's killing me. She's killing me right now. And if you make enough whipped cream, you can beat it further into butter.
Oh boy!
Now, for those of you
One
that
more
don't know Vanessa does churn butter, but yeah, so
So she's legitimately speaking when she says that.
She's taking back. It's just everybody's dirty mind that's going somewhere else.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Shane, exactly. Like she's talking or whatever, but.
see, that's one thing you could do there. Vanilla ice cream with the vanilla beans with Madagascar added to a dragon's milk stout. That could be
sounds
something
good.
that's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
So
good.
we were talking earlier, like if people are still doing ice cream, like beer floats and stuff, and that's not a bad way to try that either.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually Paul reminded me if I'm on here ever again, Vanessa's watching. I've got to remind her that he's still waiting for his butter.
Oh, was he supposed to get butter from the Vanessa churn?
Yeah, Paul said something about
Whoa.
Vanessa was going to send some up. That was back when we were doing our Poor Decisions live on Wednesday night.
Oh, shoot, that could have been the same package because you're not that far from Shane.
Yeah, really, right? That's
It
true.
could have been the same package that he's getting tomorrow. Yeah.
maybe it is in the package.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
That's
Hey,
Shane's package, Ray. That's Shane's package.
That's right. Well, hey, seeing as we're planning all these trips, right? We gotta go down to Chicago and try some alert. We should go down and see Vanessa, and Paul can get his butter. I can get some roasted squirrel or whatever. I don't even care what she makes for me. I'll eat anything. I don't care.
Roasted whatever. It
Yeah.
Yes,
Name
sounds good.
Yeah,
I mean,
okay with it.
driving. I wonder if driving to Vanessa is closer than when you drove down to Hetty Topper to
Probably.
to get that. Yeah. Yeah, she might be closer than when you drove down there to get the Hetty Topper and Focal Banger.
Well, I think the Hetty Topper, like to go to Vermont. I think that was like a little over 9 hours. I think from my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think she's actually closer than that. So.
Yeah, because he's down in Connecticut. So yeah. Which jungle gym? I prefer jungle gyms in Eastgate. It's the one I prefer. It's actually the newer one. The one at Fairfield's the original, but it's not as big and expansive as Eastgate.
See, I like the Eastgate one too, but I think Shannon liked the.
I don't know. I don't
remember.
even.
I was thinking you said you liked the original one.
I have no idea.
To me, they're basically the same, really.
Oh, Well, the one at Eastgate has more stuff, but
Yeah.
setup wise, you could say
More
it's kind of the same as far as things they get. Yeah.
She said because it needs more stuff.
I mean, that's on Jim. If Jim wants to bring more stuff in, I'm not going to stop him.
Well,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, the one at Eastgate's the one with the bigger hot sauce room and the humidor and all that kind of stuff. I think Fairfield has a humidor, but it's not as big. And they do like the beer festival out of the one at Eastgate.
Shane, when you go, you're just gonna be, you're not even gonna believe it. Like he said, the hot sauce, it's technically a room of its own. Just nothing but hot sauces.
Right. Well, you know what it's going to be, Todd. This is what it's going to be. It's going to be like, hey, Todd, I'm going home tomorrow. Can we stop at the post office because I need to pick up some boxes because I got to ship like 500 pounds of stuff back home.
And the beer section there is better than most liquor stores you go to. It's like,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be bad. I might have to take a couple of trips across the border to pick up my stuff because I can't bring it all back in one go.
You're gonna have to run. You have to run a U-Haul.
Yeah, probably.
That's like that shorts video I did from when we were talking about before. Some of the gas stations are better than some of the beer stores out there that they have in Ohio. Just yeah. It's like the weirdest thing. Well, I forgot to ask you, Todd, because I just cracked it open, all black, everything. What did you think of it there?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's definitely like heavy on the kind of dark chocolate coffee notes for sure. I think I get out of it.
Yeah. It's got a nice body stuff. They were actually there at the beer fest with this beer, but they were like not on the roundabout part, but they were downstairs where street side of stuff was when I came in through the
oh really?
It's gonna sound wrong when I say it because the night we kind of have, but I came in through the back door. They were down there. They were down there.
Yeah.
You came in the back door and they were down where, Rod? They were down where?
Down below in the basement, so to speak. Well, it's funny. So we the beer fest we went to Saturday. My Uber driver couldn't figure out where to go to us out, so he's just like, "This is okay." Like, okay, fine, I'll find it. And I saw the breweries. I knew some of the breweries. I walked into the brewery area instead of where I was supposed to go in. So I'm kind of going through, and and then I find my way around to where we're supposed to go. Todd and Shannon's driver I think he had trouble finding the spot where it was too for you guys, and finally you guys were able to figure out.
We ended up walking like 3 blocks when he dropped us off. It was like, walk from where we were staying instead of taking the Uber.
Yeah.
I was like, I see the top of the building, like it's way over there, and it was cold and windy. I was like,
it was cold and windy. Yeah, it was a cold day.
Because we were planning on walking, and she's like, "No, let's get an Uber. It's too cold to be walking in this." I'm like, "Okay, good, fair enough."
Hey, come on down, Vanessa. I'm here. Trez is here. We get Todd and Shannon up. If Vanessa came to town, everybody be coming to meet you. So,
yeah, really.
Vanessa says hello to Ray as well. Take the low-rated beers and add them into a decent beer batter. Deep frying enhances all. Yeah, I mean, I use like some of the cheap beers for like beer chili or some other cooking type things too. So there you go.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, we got Liz in the chat. Look at that.
Hey,
There's a bar in Chicago that sells Malort in glass ashtrays. And someone's probably saying
that's what it tastes like.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's a perfect thing to serve it in. Holy shit.
Oh, that is pretty good. That is pretty good.
Yeah. But I wonder if you get some smokiness out of it if it's an ashtray.
It might help a little bit.
That's what I was thinking too, Todd. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Enhance the flavor.
Oh man.
Oh, it's got a campfire field in this version. Would Vegemite and Malort are at the same time help each other? I don't even know what Vegemite is. I've heard about it, but I don't really know what it is. Is that like somebody educate
I've never had it
me on
either.
Vegemite? Yeah.
I know it's Australian, but that's all I can tell you.
I think it's a yeast based like spread.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a spread, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda like,
and I
kinda
think
like
it's made from
marmalade,
yeast.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to the Google.
There you go. You looked at it, right?
I'm getting a lot of static for some reason. Could be a solar activity, could be Elon's incels. No, I think it's just something a little bit with Shane's mic there. We get a little bit of a static there, but
Yeah, if it's just me, JT, it's because I don't know. I got nothing.
That's because Trump's cutting off all the shit in Canada right now.
Probably right. Probably right.
And Trudeau says I'm already out anyway, so don't bother me. I'm leaving.
Yeah, Shana said it's them shutting shit off from us. As opposed to
Yeah, they're gonna
the
turn
other way
you
around.
out. You don't have the power.
Yeah, JT's had a white stout there. Yeah.
I got the intel on Vegemite, guys.
Oh, okay.
It's
Vegemite.
a
Run it
thick,
down.
It's a thick, dark brown Australian food spread made from leftover brewer's yeast extract with various vegetable and spice additives. It was developed by Cyril Callister in Melbourne, Victoria for the Fred Walker Company in 1922.
Wow. Some
there you go.
Vegemite and my lord. Woo. You know, now that I think when you said Australia, it actually made me think. I think Sammy told us that before for short and stout because I think he talked about Vegemite before. Now I think about it, but
Doesn't
yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Eat it.
It's
I get a
really
feeling
not-
it's got kind of a similar property to molasses.
Yeah, probably. Probably something similar, Ray. I think you're right.
But
I've never had it.
molasses sounds a lot better than Vegemite.
Yeah, a little more appetite.
Would you like a plate of Vegemite or a plate of molasses? I'll take the molasses, thank you.
Right? Because Vegemite just sounds like you're eating bugs. I mean, really. It sounds like you're eating bugs. Bugs with, it's like you get like a piece of carrot with it's just like infested with ants on it. Hey, it's a Vegemite. You know,
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah,
Apparently
leave it to a place that started out as a prison camp to come up with Vegemite.
of course.
But go ahead, Ray.
Apparently it's salty. Apparently it's salty, slightly bitter, malty, and has an umami flavor similar to beef bouillon.
Huh.
Doesn't sound terrible. I mean, it's not.
I would
It's
enjoy
not
it
like
now.
Malort
I
terrible.
guess it's just a Vegemite thing, but you know, I know people that like sardines too. I can't mess with sardines. I know people that like sardines. Just that little fish type. Thing, like, yeah, why is it looking back at me? I'm not eating nothing
Why
that
is it
can look.
looking back at
I'm
me?
not eating anything that look back at me at that time. They kick it out of the cans, got the little eyes on us. Like, yeah.
I can honestly say I've never tried an actual sardine.
My wife likes she likes sardines, but I'm like,
They're so good.
They put them on
They're so
saltines
good.
and put whatever. I'm like, nope. I won't even do
I'd love to
oysters.
try
Like
one.
I'll do a cooked oyster, but a raw oyster. I mean,
I can't do the raw. Yeah, they ain't no. I don't even understand the raw oysters because you're. Just
what time are we at now? Before I talk about slimy things going down your throat.
We're after 9. We're good.
I mean, it is after 9, so somewhat.
Yeah, I'm not messing with oysters either. Not raw, at least. Oh man,
It's the witching hour
JT's
now, boys. I switched it up.
Yeah. There you go. What do you got now? Is that a Corona?
Nope.
Looked
It's-
like one.
Canada Dry
Oh,
Peach
oh.
Mango Ginger Ale.
Oh, you're going light. You're going light.
Super light.
But ginger ale.
hmm
But it's funny. I've never seen a peach mango in the States, so that's interesting.
Yeah, I've never seen it here before.
Yeah,
My daughter just walked in. She's like, "Dad, look what I got for you." So
there you go. Peach. I like peach mango. I like it on Snapple. Peach mango tea is
it's
pretty good.
really
Yeah.
good. Really
Yeah.
good.
Sounds like
That's
it could
just
use a
cool.
double shot of vodka. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
I'm trying to behave on school nights now. 1 glass of wine, good to go.
Old Urban Brewing does at least one white stout. Hey, what's up, Kettle? Debbie does Dallas. I can't only you 4, but Debbie does Dallas. I mean, probably the most accomplished football movie.
Through that.
Maybe the most watched, also, I guess. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Wasn't there a football scene in Porky's as well?
I don't know about Porky's, but you made me think about. For some reason, Wildcats popped in my head. That's another football
Wildcats,
movie.
yep.
Wildcats is a classic from back in the day.
Oh, that with Goldie
With
Hawn.
Goldie
Yeah,
Hawn.
yeah.
Oh, with
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn. Yeah.
I used to love that movie.
That was like
Goldie
Wesley
Hawn.
Snipes and wasn't it? What was Fast Times at Ridgemont High? That was Forrest Whitaker with a football team.
Yeah,
when
Forrest.
they
yeah.
got his car. Yeah, but that wasn't a football movie. Just a
No.
classic movie. Yeah, but Wildcats. I can remember. I'm not going to sing it. I remember the whole song they had for the title. Yeah. Oh. Confirm that Old Urban Brewing does a white vanilla stout and a cinnamon white stout. Really delicious.
Oh, hell.
Oh wow!
Oh, now that might be something for a cuvee to put together. So yeah,
Right? That'd be good. Yeah.
you want butter? I will send it your way. Then I got Shane's box out.
Sweet.
There you go.
That's right.
Wait, who is
Butter.
that?
Well, that's to Paul because Paul was getting the butter.
Oh.
Yep.
Dang it.
They let me hunt squirrels in the fall now. No more winter hunts.
Nice.
Yeah, never had squirrel. I mean,
Well, if you're gonna have squirrel, you got to go down and get Vanessa to cook it for you because I
I
think she
feel
knows
like-
what she's doing.
I feel like squirrel would be a lot of work for such a little
That's what I'm
animal.
like. That sounds like a lot of
I
trouble.
had it one time.
But it's big in Appalachia.
I remember one time I had it. It was pretty good.
Like crab meat.
Yeah.
It's like just pick at it.
Well, what's
Oh yeah, I
worse?
guess. Yeah.
What's worse to have to deal with? Either, and I'm talking about like, and JT would know, if you go down to New Orleans and you get actual peel and eat shrimp, where it's like just the whole shrimp you got to get to. Like when they say peel and eat in New Orleans, they mean peel and eat. Like the head and everything is still on it when they give you the
it's out
shrimp.
of the water.
Right?
You got to break it down.
Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's not just a pinch and pull. It's a
Right.
twist, crack, scrape,
Yeah.
pull.
So if you have that, and you have crawdads, and you have crab legs, what's the worst one to deal with for all the work you have to put in to get to the meat inside of it?
I think it's
Sounds like you need to take a vacation day just to eat it, all three of those at one time.
Yeah, pretty much. I think you're right. Like, I don't think the crab legs are that hard, but I think maybe I've never actually had like a crawdad and had to break the whole thing down.
I've seen
But I
people
think that's the
massacre.
hardest.
I've seen people massacre crab legs. Like you're supposed to crack and feel like people cracking it, and they still can't get the meat. They're trying to dig into it because they didn't crack it right and stuff like that. And then they're fighting with the crab leg at the table.
Right.
Of those three, I would say the crab legs are the easiest to get to.
Probably the easiest, yeah.
Crawfish.
I would think so.
Have
What
we
was
got
the
any
other-
YouTube friends that are in New
crawfish?
Orleans?
peel and eat shrimp.
In New Orleans now. Well, JT's in the chat. JT was from New Orleans.
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking that might be a good location for a get together.
New Orleans would definitely be a great location for a get
Yeah, that'd be cool.
The only person I know one person down in Louisiana that does beer reviews, and it's a mixed bag. So some might be okay, some might not.
Is it though, Rod? Is it really a mixed bag?
Okie dokie.
Yeah. I mean, he's still popular and stuff. So it's just like, I mean,
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah.
I don't know.
Could
In
be.
the days we have now, I mean, I'm not going to get into it because I feel like I'm not like
That's ownership.
be like Tom, go off the deep end on stuff, but no, it's there's some interesting things, Once I asked the person, would you drink a beer with a swastika on? He's like, yeah, I give it a try. He's like, I mean, it's just a label. I'm like, okay,
That night when they
Yeah.
got into it with him, that was epic.
Oh, I almost feel like if I could find that episode, but I'm like, I don't, because that would reopen a whole new can of things probably, all these years later. But that episode was one of the craziest episodes.
It's probably been banned by now, I'd say.
No, it's still out. I mean, all the episodes are
It's
still out there. Yeah, it's still. I don't remember which one it was, but essentially, we had years ago 2 beer reviewers that opposite ends of the spectrum. That one really didn't like the other one, and the other one was trying to figure out why he didn't like him.
That's nice. Yeah.
and just pretty much started going at it. And people were messaging me like, "Are you going to let them keep going?" Like, I feel like if they get out of their system now, it'll be done and over.
Yeah.
Just let them have the floor right now, and then we can all put it behind us later on and stuff. But it was a crazy episode. Yeah, that might be one of the most. If I had like a Jerry Springer's like top 10, that would be like a top 10 for like a Jerry
That
Springer
totally
like
would-
episode.
That
Yeah.
would have to
The other one would be that person arguing with Joe, and Joe not even know why he's in the argument because they're agreeing on everything.
Yeah, he's like, I'm saying the same thing you are. Like, what do you do?
He's like, I don't know why you're.
I'm agreeing with you. And it was like back and forth. It was like, what? What is happening right now?
And this is when people got really intoxicated doing the channel and stuff, right? And this is like back in the day, so yeah, It was interesting. So, like I said, when I've seen a lot of things on YouTube over the 10
Oh,
years,
Lord.
I've seen a lot of things on YouTube over the time.
It's funny. It's funny you said that. I totally forgot about that happening also.
Yeah.
But I remember I was just saying, I'm saying the same thing you are. What do you?
Oh, classic. Oh, let me see here. This is my mileage to the Eastgate location. What's the mileage? I didn't see the mileage. I saw the time. That's what you were saying there. Humidors are a perk. Yeah, well, but you got to get cigars. You got to have a humidor, right? You got to be able to put them somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly as Liz said to Kettle. And you left out 2-minute warning for the football poll. I never saw 2-minute warning. Was that another football movie?
I've never seen that one either.
Yeah. I'd only get 4 choices. I tried to pick 4 of the more ones that a lot of people may have more better chance to actually see. Which, remember, the Titans is back on top. Well, it's tied with Rudy right now at 31%. So Friday Night Lights was holding it down for a bit. Varsity Blues was holding it down for a bit. Now that's back to 23. Friday Night Lights is looking like the Charlie Brown tonight. So
Yeah. Out of those, my probably go-to would be Remember the Titans.
yeah.
Out of those.
Bring the smoker. Oh, that'd be so awesome. You come down with the smoker, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
I'm planning to run mine this weekend.
Malort as a flavoring for a cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe it can't make it any worse, but then again, maybe it can. So
I don't like cigars, and wow, I really don't like the sound of that.
One of the more interesting things I saw is Arnold Schwarzenegger was big into smoking cigars, and he was showing on one of the videos he was doing where he took the cigar, and I want to say he dipped the end in tequila.
Oh.
Yeah, he dipped the end in tequila, and then he lit it, but it gave a nice infusion to the cigar that when you drank it, because you dip it on the side, you're actually taking the smoke off of.
Yeah.
And it gives a nice infusion of that tequila into it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I used to smoke those wine dip tipped Colt Milds years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Used to, when I was out fishing, that was the thing. One of those burning away. I just loved the aroma of it. But then I did a weekend fishing trip with some guys, and I went through way too many of them, and I tasted them for like a month afterwards,
right,
in the back of my throat, and I just like never again.
Yeah, it's some interesting things that you can definitely do for sure. Of course, some cigars now actually come in a little bit flavored. So
I think Todd's getting attacked by a wolf or something.
Yeah. The dogs are up running around. Oh, there's Shane.
The coyotes.
Hey,
Shane's back.
Liz says, let us know when you do the Chicago Malort adventure. Yeah.
Oh, I'll let you guys know for sure. If we come into town, I'll definitely let you guys know. Absolutely.
Yeah. And if we do the Chicago adventure, all I'm going to say is Bad Apple must be on the stop.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so upset about that still. I was actually telling my coworkers about that. I was like, I said we were in Chicago. We went to this amazing brewery, and they were like, "Oh, what was it?" And I was like, "Oh," and we were talking about that, and I was like, and then come to find out, probably the best burger joint in all of America was right across the street.
Right
and
there.
And we didn't go to it.
Man.
Yeah. Bad Apple is like Will Ferrell and Old School. It's like that burger, the way it hits your lips. That flavor that comes through.
So good.
Yeah.
So that's a one-off location, right? That's you're not
that's
gonna
one
find that
off
anywhere else.
No.
One off. That's all they
Yeah.
do. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome. And they actually got poutine there, I think, too. I think that's what Liz and JT got when we were there as well.
It
too.
was
So
on
you can even-
somebody
I think
showed
5
you
different
showed us the
poutines.
menu.
Yeah, like 5 different poutines Liz said last
Yeah.
time when we talked about it. Yeah. So but now I got that stuck in my head. Every time people leave the show, they're always hungry. I mean, it just happens.
Right?
I have no
I
idea
just had a
why.
couple of fries.
Yeah.
My kid walked in, she's like, "Do you want the rest of my fries? They're cold." I was like, "Yeah, I'll eat those."
Sure. Why not?
And then that's what Vanessa had on the Vegemite, Australian yeast base, 3 bread, yeast left over fermentation process. Yeah. So basically what Ray gave there.
Yep.
Vegemite and Malort are definitely in gastronomic phase cancellation. Yeah. Can you have the Vegemite and Malort and a lactose beer? That's got to be an explosion, right? That's got to be like the Pop Rocks into the Pepsi.
I think so.
I think what Liz is saying there, though, like if you put the two together into the beer, all you'd taste is the beer because they cancel each other out.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more coming together to like blow up your gastro region.
Phase cancellation. I mean, it disappears.
Yeah.
You're right.
So Vegemite and Malort for breakfast? I wouldn't get ahead of us that far.
Not by choice, but okay.
No. Molasses is infinitely tastier than Vegemite, yeah. And molasses just sounds better. I need to buy the molds for the stuffed Belgian waffle maker. Even after sardines, I can't mess with sardines. I've never found sardines even worth wanting to try. And that whiff of the fish when you open the can, no, I'm out.
Oh, my dad loves them. It's just
it's tasty stuff.
Yeah.
That's tasty stuff, man.
Supposedly they're kind of good. Supposedly they're good for you, I think, too, right? If there's different fish to eat that might be good for your system, like sardines are listed as
they're
one.
full of the omega fatty acids and stuff like that.
Now I've got to try it.
But the good thing is they make a pill for that now, Ray. So you don't have to worry about taking some.
100%.
Yeah, give me a fish oil pill. I'm good.
I got some in the cupboard. They're over there.
Yeah.
Oh, funny story talking about pills. I've got these little vitamin C drops that I keep at work. Throw a couple under my tongue at the end of the day, usually about 2 or 3 o'clock when I'm starting to get tired. A little bit of an energy boost. Well, I reached into my drawer at work, popped the thing open, threw 2 under my tongue. This was on Tuesday. And I was like, all of a sudden I was like, what is this? It was the worst taste ever. It occurred to me, I grabbed the wrong bottle. It was 2 Gravols.
What's Gravol?
Motion sickness pills.
Oh.
Ran to the kitchen at work, spit them out. Well, by that point, I already dissolved them under my tongue. So that's going straight to the blood system.
Yeah.
My coworkers were worried about letting me drive home from work. I was so exhausted. That stuff knocks me out.
Yeah.
I never nap at about 4:20. 5-ish. Let's go to 4:25. I sat down in my recliner and I was zonked for an hour solid.
Jeez.
So be careful with your medications, folks.
Yeah, gotta definitely be careful there. But I'm sure you did eat quite a few suspect things through the years, right?
A few.
As a food inspector. No raw foods since 1987. Well, no raw meats. Yeah, because you got raw vegetables and stuff. WF Dallas and Beyond the Green Door double. Where are we going with this show tonight?
Believe this is wow.
That's old school 70s porn right there, right? Yeah. And Lowell Vanessa Kettle. Behind the Green Door. We give you a new interpretation of 10 pins. Okay. The squirrels here are nice smoked. They live on acorns mostly. I didn't even know what kind of recipe you would would you freaking see a squirrel? You smoke a squirrel? You throw it in the frying pan? I wouldn't know that you got a squirrel. Can you cook it up?
I don't know.
I have no idea how you would cook up a squirrel, right?
Roasted.
Right. I'm like Bubba in there just doing stuff.
just out of curiosity, do you know what fricassee is, Rod? Because I don't.
I just heard it before mentioned in the kitchen. I used to cater back in the day, and I know fricassee is a cooking term, but no, it's fancy the chefs do.
Yeah, I don't.
Isn't that what Yosemite Sam wanted to do to Bugs Bunny? Did he want to fricassee a rabbit?
Yeah,
that's the only reason I even know that word is from that cartoon.
Oh man. Sucking shrimp and crawdads heads is a tradition. I also eat the stuff inside the lobster heads. Lots of fat.
Yeah, so does my mother-in-law, Vanessa.
Yeah.
She's from the East Coast. She eats the whole thing.
Ever since I found out, basically, I've eaten shrimp now. I used to eat some lobster, but ever since I found out, basically, they're the roaches of the ocean, I've had trouble eating them, over the years. Because it's like they're like you can eat a roach and you can eat a lobster and you get the same like protein type thing. I mean, you'd have to eat more roaches to match up to a big lobster, right? But it'd be the same substance. I'm like, I don't want to eat a roach, so why do I eat like? And that got stuck in my head for shrimp for a while, but I got back into eating some shrimp. But yeah,
Come on, Rod.
I know it's a mental thing. It's a mental block after a point, like
Yeah, I'm not a seafood fan either. The odd
Yeah.
deep fried battered shrimp I can do. Your typical fish and chips is good. Pickerel.
Oh, Captain D's will love you.
Perch is good.
Hang on, Ray. Don't be so Canadian. Are you talking about pickerel or are you talking about walleye?
Pickerel.
Okay, because they're two different fish.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, you catch one on one side of the border and one on the other side.
They're different fish. A pickerel is part of the pike family, and it actually looks like a pike.
One has a
It's
passport. Does not.
a completely different fish. I have this argument with people up here all the time because everybody in fucking Ontario thinks that a pickerel and a they're not the same. They're different fish.
Not the same.
They're different.
You lay them side by side. Would they look different or would they look
Do
the
they?
same?
They don't.
They look completely different.
Do they
Okay.
look the same?
A lot of guys up here, I think it's an Ontario thing. A lot of guys call like walleye up here. They call them pickerel, and they're not. Pickerels look more like a pike. Like they got that long, nose kind of thing. Completely different fish. But up here in Ontario, for some reason, everybody calls walleye pickerel, except for me, and I get mad about it. They're two different fish.
Well,
That's like calling a Guinness and a White Claw, calling them both beer.
according to watershed.ca, they're the same. They are the same fish. The Sander vitreous.
They're not the same fish.
No.
They're not the same fish.
Ray's pulling out.
man.
He's pulling up details now. He Googled. I saw him looking in the Google machine and pulled up information on
I've
it.
had this exact same argument very, 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 very many times.
Not the same fish. They don't even look remotely close to being the same. That's what those first.
They do.
Down. He's like,
Yeah.
they're not the same. Damn it, they're not the same.
So we talked about the crab legs, and JT says crawfish is actually easiest to eat.
Is it really?
Oh, he's got the
I've never had them, so I
he's
don't
got the experience down there in New Orleans.
I know the bass up here like to eat crawfish. That's the only time I've ever used them. I've never eaten crawfish.
Yeah.
I've
As
eaten
bait, yeah,
crawfish.
I don't remember either.
Crawfish are pretty good.
And New Orleans does have a great the restaurant and I would say like people want to get together in New Orleans and everybody just kind of brought beer or whatever just to come down and have a beer get together and a bottle share would be fine in itself. It would have to be even going to breweries, just the food, the cuisine, the flavor, all the bars, and just the iconery of New Orleans would be worth going down anyway.
Yeah, but did you see how much beer we drank at the last get together? Like we can't bring enough beer. That's the problem.
But a lot of people were taking stuff back and stuff too. So yeah.
We drank a lot of beer.
We brought 6 back because I was like, I don't want to.
Yeah. I think the only reason, the only reason there was stuff left for the share to be brought back is because we basically said this beer over here is for sharing to go back for you guys to review with. Otherwise, I think it would have been gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
We had to get Paul to stop at the beer store and bring some stuff. We had to get, it was.
Yeah, we had to refill on some stuff because we were like, holy crap, we went through a lot of beer.
I was impressed.
And this happened at the same time the LCBO was shut down. Isn't that crazy? That's just crazy.
know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I never really learned to peel boiled crabs. Eating shellfish with your hands is like jumping into a mosh pit. I didn't even know that they boil. I guess they do boil the crabs and they make the. They just bring them out. Like now in Maryland, they bring out the whole crab, like the soft shell. You get a mallet and you got to bang it and take it all apart. Not like some place where it's just a crab leg. So that was kind of crazy to see.
Huh. That's interesting.
Went to a crawdad boil in Caddo Parish when I was stationed in Barksdale. Nice. Cool. Now I do like going to some of the restaurants where they give you like the steamboat, the steam pot things or whatever. And it's got like the fish and the corn and the cob and the potatoes and all that kind of stuff. And you guys have those in Canada too? Like some of those?
Like storm and crab.
That's what I was going to say.
I don't. If there is a place, I'm not familiar with one. Do you know of any place like that, Ray?
There is there's a couple of them around. It's yeah, you can get a boil. Some I can't remember. I think there's a place in Grimsby that does them, and
There's-
okay.
there's a couple places in Hamilton that do them.
Yeah, here.
Oh, go ahead.
But once they hear there's a chain, it's like Eat at Joe's Crab Shack, and they give you like the different stuff, but they have like a steam pot. So when you order a steam pot, and they'll have different types of shellfish and stuff in there, but they'll have like corn on the cob, they'll have potatoes, and it's just like this big old thing they bring out.
Yeah, the traditional way that we've seen them up here is they bring the whole big pot out, and then they just dump the whole thing on your table.
Yeah, like that. You can do that. Yeah,
covered in that.
They
that
put like a
round
little liner down, and yeah,
yeah.
and they're like, have at it.
Yes, we took our daughter to
boil, they call it, or something like that.
for her birthday, and that's kind of what she ordered. A big thing. It was crab legs, shrimp, things of corn, potatoes.
Yeah,
Summer sausage was in, or
yeah, sausage is in there usually. Yeah,
what else was in there? Crab legs, shrimp, I don't remember, but it was pretty potatoes. Yeah, corn. It was like a little.
It's like a feast.
Yeah, sort of like a little bowl or pot type thing.
Right.
Man, it was good though.
They brought it out in a bag and dumped it.
Yeah. So when they brought it out in a big bag, and they just took it out and dumped it all with all the butter, garlic, and everything.
Yeah, like on the liner on the table or whatever.
Yeah.
You just kind of go at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yum. All right, boys. It's like I said earlier, it's a school night. I got to check out. So
okay. Well, it was great that. Well, I didn't get a chance to ask you why you were here with Shane and stuff, but before you do, what's going on up there in Canada right now as far as the stuff that we're seeing? Like the signs are going up by Canadian in the beer stores, and they're ready to start clearing stuff off the shelves. So, what do you guys kind of like? Anything?
It's interesting. Our LCBOs were pulling all American liquor at the time that the stay of execution was registered, and they held everything off for another 30 days.
Right.
There's a big buy Canadian movement right now. There's a lot of push. I've heard there's a lot of people that are boycotting Amazon and a lot of the big American companies, Netflix, stuff like that. People are saying don't go to Walmart, don't go to McDonald's. Problem there is you're hurting your neighbors because they work there. They're a U.S. owned corporation, but I mean, it'd be the same thing for the casino that Shane works at is American owned, right?
Yeah.
So
it's like the operator is American.
Yeah. The operators are American, so it would be. I mean, if you boycott it based on that, I mean, you're hurting your neighbors, you're hurting your friends. It's a tough one. It's challenging. We're not too keen on what's going on, but I think I don't want to. I want to stay as politically correct as possible. But the things that are going on in the U.S. right now, they would absolutely affect us 100%. There's no way to get around that. But I think we're smart enough, and I think we're resourceful enough as a country, and we've got enough friends out there in other countries that I think we'd be okay. It's forcing us to look at some of our trade issues that we've got here in Canada.
Sure.
Interprovincial trade of alcohol products is not a thing. You're technically not allowed to take alcohol from Ontario to Manitoba or to Alberta. It's not supposed to cross the state lines or like province lines. So,
right. No, that's interesting because if you look at, there's an article I put, if you get a chance, on my Facebook page from one of the Chicago breweries, basically are concerned right now because of their partner being a lot of Canada stuff and how they were affected last time when it happened, and what the concerns are now that it may happen again and stuff. So there's a lot of interest. Yeah. So it's not just the Canadian side; the American side is going to be involved on it too. So
I think your leader has forgotten how much reliance our two countries have on one another. I think there's a little bit.
Thing.
Well, it's a global economy, not just like individual trade partners anymore, right? So it's some of the things that your new leader over there is saying are I would deem as crazy, but
It's it is what it is, and I mean, there are good things that came out of his last 4 years, and I've got family that live down in the U.S. and their 401ks did amazing.
Yeah.
You know,
They
financially,
they did good under Biden though too. I mean, the 401k, all the market. I mean, working in the market, all the market needs is certainty, and it runs. It's when the uncertainty happens. So that's why the market's kind of staggering right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of chaos right now, and our market's doing the same thing up here. But I mean, look at our dollar. Our dollar went to almost the lowest point in the last 20 years, but then a day and a half later, it was higher than it's been in the last 4. So
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we're going to be okay. I think it's going to work out. I think right now it's just, you know, a little bit of rock in the boat to see how stable it is.
Yeah, a lot of uncertainties.
And I think China is going to have a big say in how this whole thing goes down.
That'd be a huge say. Yeah.
I think that's an economy that that's going to have a lot of determining factors in what happens in the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah. I think you're right. Right. I agree with that.
So. Yeah, I saw one of the people comment like, "Go around your house and find everything that says made in China and throw it out and see how much stuff you still have in your house."
Exactly.
But I know you gotta get outraged. But I just wanted to catch your thing before, like what you and Shane have seen up there. So
I'm sure you guys can figure out, you know, from the conversations we had this summer when we were all together. I don't really politic very well. I don't really enjoy politicking. I don't, you know, it's kind of the Canadian way. We don't talk politics and we don't talk about how much money comes into our households. You know, we're doing fine. We're doing okay. We've got what we need. But yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of friends in the US and a lot of friends on Facebook, and I've seen a lot of things that really surprised me from some of those people in the last little while. So it's made me rethink some things. Shane and I have actually talked about a couple of the things that we've seen in the last little while.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm seeing things from people that I've grown up with here in Niagara as well. I'm seeing some things that are posted, and it's like, you know, really like, I think I might have to do a sort and shake on my Facebook friends list.
Well, there are people are doing the purge I've known out there. So some people,
and I don't really want to unfriend. I just want to mute the conversations because I don't think they're constructive.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's if you're willing to have a conversation about it and you're willing to be respectful,
that's what it's all about, right?
A lot of
it's so one-sided going into it. It's like there's no point. Like there's no point. You're just arguing about it at that point. It's like
100%.
Exactly.
And I've seen that from some people that I thought, you know, these are really intelligent, highly educated people. And then, you know, there's one in particular that Shane and I spoke about recently, and I'm like, man, I did not expect that. You know, very highly educated person that I thought I respected a lot, but then they've just been so one-sided and unwilling to engage in a respectful conversation that I'm just like, okay, I got to shut this down. I'm out.
Yeah. Well, that's like I did that. The little shorts I did, just kind of, I wanted to get people's feedback with their thoughts on the tariffs. And one of the viewers that watches, he kind of replied and said, you know, he voted for that to happen, which is great, you know, because I appreciate the honesty on it and stuff like that. And I just kind of wanted to ask him, you know, I asked him about future, you know, if prices go up and all kinds of stuff, you know, kind of getting us thinking on stuff. He tried to respond back and YouTube blocked it out. He said, So I'm like, well, shoot me an email because I'm interested, because I want to kind of do a thing if the tariffs do go into effect, kind of talking about an episode, how it might affect the industry, but kind of getting some feedback. So I'm like, well, shoot me an email here because I'm genuinely interested, because I like having the conversations and hearing from the different sides on stuff, not trying to be one side or the other. But it's just like YouTube is basically, I guess, blocking out stuff now of something that seemed to be something they feel is controversial, which is interesting because you'll see it on Facebook and you'll see it on Instagram and you'll see it sometimes on they don't see it really on Twitch, but I don't know if TikTok might do something like that. But to see it on YouTube was kind of interesting, just on a comment being replied back. So I've seen some of your interactions on Facebook, Rod, and they've always been respectful and inquisitive. Which is you know, I totally respect that, and always backed up with facts, and you're always happy to share where you're getting your information from. It's not just your ideologies that you're trying to force down people's throats. So I had one lady argue with me this week. I was like, I think it was like one of the Huffington Post type things and stuff, and it was like, I was saying about there was an article about Trump, and I'm like, well, half the people in the country voted for him. So, you know, he didn't win by a landslide, but like 2 million or whatever it was. And she's like, he's only got 22% of people voted for him, whatever. Like, where you get your number type from? And she was like, well, saying if you do this and this, you got 330 million, all kinds of like, yeah, but kids can't vote. And if you got like a felon, you can't vote or whatever. Right? If you got like a type of thing. So I'm talking about the people that actually voted.
Yeah.
He only got 2 million.
Right.
It's like the people that didn't vote that could vote, I don't care about them because their decision was made to not vote, right?
That's right.
And so she got this whole thing, and she's just like, "Oh, you're gonna just discount their thing? Like, did they vote? No." And she's like arguing with me, and I'm like, "You are so far to the left. It's like the left and the right are a circle. Like you're so far to the left, you're standing next to the person that's so far to the right. Like,
Yeah.
you guys should be buddies.
You're right.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah,
So far
and it's
left
just-
that you are right.
yeah. And so it was like, you know, I'm saying the ones that voted, he won by 2 million, just over 2 million. So it was still about 50%, just over 50% that he actually got. That's all I'm saying. Like, and the other people that didn't vote, I don't really care about them because they had their chance and they didn't do anything. But it was just so funny how people look at things and their little thing. Like you're skewing it. You're mucking it up by putting these other people in there that didn't do what they could have done. So,
hey, Shane and I are 20 days away from having to do the exact same thing. So
yeah,
we've got a snap election in our province that's been called. So we have to figure out what the least evil is out there for us right now. And
Well,
and it's sad that that's how we have to vote. And I don't know what's like in the States, probably the same. You have to try and pick the least evil of the three candidates or whatever, right? Or two for you guys. You know,
that's the right term in politics in general. Just the least.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw the picture. I don't know if you guys saw the picture on the Facebook page earlier. I put, I think it was yesterday, but I was actually in Kroger and someone put the eggs down the beer aisle, and I'm like, the cost of eggs right now is like, fuck that! I'll get a 6-pack of beer rather than 6 eggs.
Had to make
choices were made.
and that's ridiculous. I actually emailed a couple guys down in the States. I'm like, hey, I said I saw this thing, and this is probably 4 or 5 days ago. I'm like, I saw this thing on online. I said I couldn't believe it. I said, what do you guys pay for eggs down there? And the amount that you guys pay for eggs is freaking disgusting.
It depends on the state. Vanessa told me earlier where she's at, 12 to 14 for a dozen.
What?
That's ridiculous. We pay like $3.99 Canadian, which is like, I don't know, what's like 48 cents for you guys or something.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's like $3.99 Canadian will get us a dozen large eggs up here.
Yeah.
Which is what's that, like probably $3 for you guys.
$3.99 American, which is more expensive than it usually is, but here it wasn't too bad, like $3.99.
Yeah.
$15 for a carton of eggs.
They're going crazy.
Vanessa said it was like 12, 14 for now. I think there's some stores that are definitely gouging probably out there because of the whole avian flu type thing that they're saying. But yeah, there's some stores taking advantage of people, I'm sure.
Of course.
Crazy.
Yeah.
100%.
All right, Ray. Well, if you're getting yelled at, you gotta get your rest. So
on that bombshell, I'm out of here, boys. Great to see y'all.
See
you too, brother.
And next week.
See you, Ray. Have a great night, buddy.
Cheers, guys.
Have a good one, brother. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy there, but when eggs are hitting like a 6 thing that's around $9 or $10.99, I would have got the beer too. Get the 6-pack of beer, put the eggs down.
Yeah. The egg thing is just crazy. Like, I mean, that's like over $1 per egg.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems ridiculous to me.
Oh, you saw Waffle House down here. They added a 50-cent surcharge for egg orders on every egg that you order.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
When it hits the Waffle House, shit's hitting the fan if it's hitting the Waffle
I was
House.
gonna say,
Yeah.
the Waffle House now. You go and mess with her. Like, okay.
And they were interviewing some people. One guy in the street, one guy in the street was just like, well, I just won't order any eggs then. I'll just get bacon and coffee. Like, I won't get eggs and bacon.
Bacon and coffee. There we go. Well, you go to Waffle House, you got to order the grits, even though they're instant grits. But
Yeah, you still gotta have the grits though. You still gotta have the grits.
like I said, that was my first experience. Was back in September when I went down to visit Brian for a couple of days, and that was the very first time I ever actually had grits, which was at Waffle House, which I understand are instant. But they were okay. They were nothing spectacular, but they were okay.
They're all right. I mean, it does. I mean, the secret Waffle House is going like after midnight, apparently. But yeah,
And with a few beers in it.
get a few beers in.
It's
you.
always better.
Yeah.
with beers after midnight.
Yeah, but they're okay. Like I would like to try actual grits, not just the instant grits like they use in like the restaurants and stuff like that. Just for comparison's sake, right?
Gonna get you over to Mason-Dixon line and down south for that there. Yeah. Well, down where Chase is. I mean, Chase out South Carolina, so they got some grits down there.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Maybe I'll have some when I'm down there.
Yeah. Collecting your leaves and rolling your cigars, favorite pastime of mine for decades. Vanessa, I think you guys already know, but she used to roll cigars and stuff. But yeah, that cigar I had on Monday when it was like 70 degrees here, that hit so well. It was just like sitting on the back deck, and it was so enjoyable.
That was a great video. I'm like, what's? I remember watching the video. I'm like, what? 70 degrees? Like, what the hell?
Just happened to be off that day, and every other day in the week has been shit. But that day, it worked out for me, which never happens. Usually, I think a PTO day is always like the worst day, but I got some good weather that day. So yeah,
that's awesome.
Nothing like a bourbon and a Patron. Yes, sir. Yeah. Or Patron and Dora Good cigar. Crawfish is my favorite. 3 or 4 move process. Pull the tail off, suck the spicy juice from the head, pinch the tail, and pull out the meat. Wait a minute. We talking crawfish? We talking something else at the club?
I was going to say
Oh, sounds like something with Justin Tucker at the massage parlor. What about that guy? I've seen all this stuff on Facebook about the kicker in Baltimore. And everybody's like trading him to Cleveland. They got pictures of him and Deshaun Watson going to massage parlors together. Because apparently he was doing stuff he ain't supposed to be doing. So,
Nice.
Yeah, we're a beer channel. We always get into the food chats for sure.
at least one time every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't do anchovies on pizza. There's no way I'm doing sardines on it.
I think the sardines would actually be better than anchovy because anchovies are so salty. Like they're just
I gotta try.
So salty.
I gotta try sardines.
Anchovies became with smoked channel catfish too.
Oh, that's not. There we go. Now we're talking.
I haven't had catfish in years. All my meds are kept in the prescription bottles. Yeah. Pulled squirrel meat barbecue sandwiches.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Pulled squirrel?
I'm in.
Wow.
I'm in. Let's go. I'm in.
How many squirrels did you need to actually get a decent serving though?
How big of a sandwich do you want?
Well,
well, I mean, you get a decent sized squirrel. You could probably do like 1 squirrel per barbecue sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Why are people so okay with squirrels, but they're all against rats? Like the same family. I never understood that. I mean, the squirrel's a little more furry. It's got a better tail. I get that and everything, but they're still the same family, right? I mean, one's in the city and one's in the country. And actually, some squirrels are in the city too. So,
yeah, I'm just gonna say if Vanessa's cooking me up rat or squirrel, I don't care what it is. I'm more than happy to try it.
Right,
more than happy to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make it.
Yeah, I remember one of the earlier seasons of Survivor. They actually, I think it was a rat they had to eat, like because they were trying to find food to eat and stuff, and they found a rat. They basically put it on a stick and cooked it. So they were like, "It was not bad for a rat." Like,
yeah,
I guess, but it was an island rat, so it's probably got better nutritional intake than your city rats did, right? Yeah.
You're probably right. Yeah,
I'm getting a little boysenberry in this rat here. Yeah. Homemade hard rolls. I always like some good bread. Lobster used to be considered garbage food, fed only. Yeah, lobster was. It was considered that, and even like the Bible, for people that read the Bible, like it says on these shellfish type stuff, like supposed to be like the worst stuff to eat. So I don't know.
The bottom.
Everything that's supposed to be good is always supposed to be the worst for you, right? So
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Who cares?
Lobsters in a smoker and grill.
Oh, there we go. Smoked lobster.
Pickerel and walleye are different species. There you go, Vanessa.
Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. But if anybody doesn't believe Vanessa, of all the freaking people, I don't care if you don't believe me, but if Vanessa says that's the word, that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Shane, you got to clip this segment right here with that.
Yeah.
I know. I
Vanessa-
got a screenshot. I got a screenshot. I'll go back later and watch it and just screenshot this part right here.
Vanessa's the word of God right there. There you go.
Right. That's right.
That's it.
Yeah, seafood boils. Yeah, it's always good we get that steam pot.
Yeah, seafood boils are great.
Crawdad boils, you're prepared to embrace the suck and make sure you get some before the native people get it, all before you do. Yeah, that's where the embrace the suck comes from, I think, from a lot of people, how you have to do the whole process of eating the crawfish. I'm sorry, this chaos was caused by one man in his rapid minority. We do not vote for him and do not support any part of his agenda. Well, yeah. Yeah, you're not the only one out there, JT. Yeah. The only economic certainty is via a strong volatility market. Yuck. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but, you know, I sit here working. I got CNBC on during the course of the day, usually watching stuff, and there was, I mean, the VIX, which is like your volatility index, hasn't really been too crazy. It was actually some crazier things under when Biden was in at certain points than what it is right now. But I feel like give it time and things will start happening. I mean, again, all this, like, we're going to get rid of all these federal workers. Like, well, who's going to do shit, you know? And it's like the flying thing, like sadly for those people that, you know, the helicopter and the airplane, and then
all right, yeah.
We had another incident where it was, I forgot where it was, but like two planes, like tails almost hit each other, like in the on the tarmac, and then there was another one that was, but like you can't keep cutting like these people that we need in the towers, the air traffic controllers and the FAA, like they're important people. Like we can't have like one person watching three planes. Like you're gonna have somebody like wreck and do something else worse out there at some point. I mean, not worse than 9, but you know, it's gonna have other incidents that'll take place. So
sure.
It's interesting. I mean, I can understand where you don't want government to overreach too far, but at the same point, there are certain things you want government in there for.
Yeah.
And that's a hectic. I mean, being an air traffic controller, that's a hectic job.
Yeah,
like that's a super high stress job.
Yeah. Speaking of air traffic control, if you've never seen Pushing 10, that's actually a pretty good movie to actually watch with John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Angelina Jolie, and it's pretty interesting. It's kind of crazy, but you can just see, like, you can imagine the stress they're actually under when they do that type of job and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, aviation was out. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say there was a video game I used to play back like forever ago. I think it came out in like '85 or something like that, and it was called Kennedy Approach. And basically, what the game was is you played as an air traffic controller, and you had all these different planes coming in from different cities, and you had to land some here, and then you had to make some take off and stuff like that. Man, that is like the most stressful game I've ever played in my entire life.
I bet.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one before, I don't think.
Yeah, it's called Kennedy Approach. It's like I said, it's an old game from like '85 or something like that. Every once in a while, I'll bust out my emulator on my laptop and I'll play it, and I pull out my hair playing it. It's so stressful.
Is it like Kennedy Airport in New York?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's one of the. There's a couple different levels you can do. Like I think the easiest one when you first start off is Atlanta, which is like the world's busiest airport now. So I don't know why that's the easiest. But yeah, you can pick like New York, you can pick like Washington D.C., and they all have their little, things like Washington has mountains or something like that. You have to make sure that the planes are high enough when they come across. And it's so chaotic, and it's like I said, it's an old game that's like 30 years old or whatever, 40 years old, I guess now, and just the stress level of playing this stupid game with these stupid shitty graphics from 1985. And you're like, oh my god, the 2 planes just crashed because I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god, I just killed 700 people. It's a stressful game. You should, I mean, if you have an emulator and you want to try out Kennedy Approach, try it out. It'll make you, it'll make you look like Todd by the end of the day. I love you, Todd. I'm just saying, I love you, Todd. I had to do it. I'm not far behind, buddy. I'm not far behind. I'm getting kind of thin up here.
So you're saying you'll have no curtains? You're saying you have no curtains?
Yes, that's correct.
Go ahead, Todd.
Now that Shane said that, I need to look on my emulator to see if I have that game on there.
Yeah, Kennedy Experience.
Kennedy Approach.
Kennedy Approach.
Yeah. It was I think Micro Pros put that out. That's an old company. I don't even think that company's around anymore.
I
Hasn't
remember
been for a
Micro
long time.
Pros though. Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
Oh yeah, with the airplanes. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll. It's like I said, it's 85, so it's crappy 1985 graphics, right? And
Yeah, I
just
guess it's on
so
Steam. It
stressful.
says too. Like if you have Steam, you can see it on there. I guess and play it or
Oh, do they have it on Steam? Oh, okay. I didn't know they had it on Steam.
Yeah, it says on Steam. It's got an 8 out of 10 on Steam for ratings.
It's a great game. It really is. It's very stressful.
Yeah, Kennedy Approach on Steam. Huh. Lion the demo. I don't know if I can.
I didn't even know it was on. So I use an Atari 800 XL emulator. That's just what I played on it as a kid because I had that computer. So.
Oh
yeah,
my God!
this
The sound sounds like the guy from Joe Madden talking football.
Oh yeah, because there's a guy that talks on it. Yeah, you can imagine how good. You can imagine how good that was in 1985. You know,
It's like the same guy did Joe Madden football. Yeah,
it probably is.
Joe Montana talking football.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like probably used the same program to voice that as they did together because there wasn't a whole lot of voice programs I think back then.
Maybe Approach.
So it had all the planes like on the little.
Yeah, there you go, right there,
and everything. Yeah.
Right there, Kennedy.
There you go. So you do have it.
No, I just got my phone. I just pulled it up on Google.
Oh, okay.
I was just showing whatever. I was just showing it to everybody else so they could see it,
That's interesting.
and so I can take a screenshot of it so I'll remember the name of it.
There you go.
Oh, they do the chicken's very expensive now too. I guess because of the whole avian flu type stuff as well. I haven't bought any a bit. We've been eating out more. So
I read an article. I think it was yesterday, or maybe the day before, and it was this lady complaining about going to Costco with the chickens, where you could buy like a roasted chicken that's already cooked for whatever the hell it was, $4.99 or $5.99, but a frozen chicken that wasn't cooked was like $8.99.
Yeah, well, yeah,
like,
it is more.
Why is this? This has been cooked. Obviously, it's taken more energy. I mean, it takes energy to cook it. You know, why isn't that more expensive than just a plain raw one?
That's a good point.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same reason, I guess, in the U.S. why healthier foods cost more than the non-healthy foods. I don't know. It's
the same as here. Yeah. Same as here. It's the exact same way.
Yeah. But because even if you go to Kroger, you get a cooked chicken, it's like $6.99, $7.99. But if you get a whole chicken, it's definitely costs you more. It's like you can go eat steak, get a chicken. Yeah.
Because it does take energy and money to cook that chicken, right? So I don't know why they wouldn't charge more for it.
I mean, that's like the whole George Carlin. Why do you park in the driveway, but then you drive on the parkway? I don't know how that works out.
You're right.
Listen, avian flu is gradually heading west. Dairy farms too might just have to get creative with cooking. Not too bad, I think. Yeah, I mean, spice it up, try some different things. They're going to have some other issues out there out west though too because of some of the and that's one thing at the beer conference, talking to some of the hop farmers that run hop farms. If workers stop showing up, like some of these workers are not showing up at like some of the citrus farms and some of these other ones because of being afraid of deported, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
They got nobody to pull the hops. And that's like a trained thing, It's like you got to be skilled to go out there and do it. You can't just put like anybody out there where you got to separate the hops from the vines, all that kind of stuff. And that's a concern they actually have out there right now. So they ain't enough hops. And guess what? That's going to affect beer prices too, because now the hops are going to be made available possibly. There's farmers also struggling as well.
I wonder if they do, if the hop farmers when they're collecting them. I've grown hops in the past. I don't have any anymore, but obviously because I've only had 4 plants, so I just pick them. I would imagine that's what they have to do on like a whole farm too, is hand pick them because it's a pretty delicate kind of process.
Yeah, he showed me the system where you have to go in and like pull it apart, make sure it's good, then they pull it off and separate it from the vine. It's a whole hand process for a lot of stuff.
There. Well, yeah, because you always have to. Go ahead. You're good.
Yeah, you have to look at it. You make sure it's matured enough that you can take the hop or not, and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, because that's what I used to have to do with mine. Like you have to you'd feel it first to make sure it had that like papery kind of texture to it. That's what you're looking for. And then rip it open to look at the lupulin inside, which is the yellow part, which is where the bitterness comes from. But yeah, so I would imagine, it would have to be handpicked, I guess. So I guess they would need a bunch of workers for that.
A bunch of workers, but a lot of them like out west. Because I'm one of the guys I was talking to. They run out in Portland, and they have like a lot of the migrated workers come up there, and they actually work the farms and stuff. And it's like they get it down to like a science on how they actually do that. But he's like, tell me, you try to train some Americans to do it, and it's like, I got this. I just got a thorn in my finger. I got this or that. And they can't do it. It's like, oh, I need to take a break right now, or blah blah blah. Or you got to pay me the 15 an hour. And it's just like, it's just like a mess. So there's concern out there for that too.
Yeah, well, because the hop vines have like little teeny, I don't want to call them needles, but they're very, very short little,
like little
prickly kind of things on all the vines. So they'll get in your skin and irritate the hell out of you if you're not wearing gloves or something, right? Or don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, so it's a concern. So like I said, the beer conference, there are a lot of good things that we talked about on different stuff, but there's a lot of eyes on what's going to be happening upcoming and how it's going to affect the beer industry. Like I said, and talking to some of the grain guys, some of the grain guys, they got concerns on some of the stuff they're actually doing as well. So yeah, everything gets interlinked.
Oh, for sure. And like I said, if you can't get the workers to pull the hops, now you got to hire outside guys that aren't going to, they're probably paying the migrant workers like bare minimum, like minimum wage, if that.
Yeah.
And then you got to fill it with average Americans and like, oh no, I want minimum wage plus $2 or something, because it's pretty labor intensive to do all that, right?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely. And that's what they're saying. Like the Americans want to get paid more for that, but then the Americans also aren't work ethic wise as strong as the other ones that come up. I mean, the ones that come up, they get in there and they kind of do it, but it's kind of like, I don't know if it's a culture type thing or it's just, we know we got to have, if we work 4 hours, we got to have a 15-minute break time, whatever it may be. But
exactly.
Not that it's good that they might be working as other people fingering them to the bones or like that and everything, but it's totally different culture. And the funny thing is, and they come up and they still make money enough to send back home. Because the difference of what it costs in Mexico and stuff versus here, they can still do that, which is crazy in itself, right? So they're not getting paid a ton to do it, but they still make enough. They can send money home to support the family. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Which is kind of weird when you think about it.
JT says a classic song by the New Orleans Radiators, suck the head, squeeze the tip. That should be in a t-shirt somewhere.
That'd be a t-shirt. Yes.
James is playing Tetris right now. Speaking of 80s games,
there you go. That's a solid game.
Rotisserie chickens are gross. I got no problem with the rotisserie chickens. I
like them.
I like rotisserie chickens.
I mean, we pick up one probably like once a week, only because it's like a quick meal.
Yeah.
And sometimes it'll sit in the fridge for 2 days. But I mean, we'll get to it. Yeah. I'll make like a hot chicken sandwich or something with it, right? So it's awesome.
And I think it depends too where you get them, because there's some definitely like here, like Kroger's out of Cincinnati, and there's some Krogers that are better than other Krogers. Like, so you go into some places, it's like, oh, that chicken smells so good or whatever. You go to other places, like the chicken's been out for 3 days. So like, I'm not going to get that good. So it's all a matter of where you're actually getting it as well.
Fair enough.
He said he stopped with Tetris, it was too stressful. But now he's playing Kennedy Approach.
Nice, yeah. I'm telling you, dude. If you can get to the, let's say, 4th level on Kennedy Approach, you are doing very, very, very well.
Yeah,
it's a hard freaking game, man. It's
might
hard.
have a better chance surviving on the Oregon Trail than apparently trying to land a plane.
I think so.
That one.
Yeah, Oregon Trail was way less stressful than Kennedy Approach. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Now he's moved on to Iyer Merson. Absolutely, yeah, Iyer is very nice. That's why I asked, you got to come up for the Oktoberfest, because Iyer's here. They bring the beers over from Germany. Todd's got to drag your ass up here. Todd Shannon come on out for it.
I've talked to him about that.
Yeah.
For that.
You'll fucking love the beers they bring over. Oh, they have O'Hare on there too. Oh yeah, that's got to be a nightmare.
Oh yeah, O'Hare's on there too. Yeah, sorry. I forgot that O'Hare's on there too. That's right too. Trust me, stick with Atlanta. Stick with Atlanta for a little while until you get used to it, and then move on to the other ones because Atlanta's the easy, which is again really weird.
Well, back then it must have been Atlanta wasn't as busy as what it is now because obviously it's the most busiest now in the world. But back in '85, it was still upcoming, so maybe it wasn't as bad. Yeah. But Kennedy, if it's a Kennedy, like my wife said, she'll never transfer planes to JFK again. It's like she had a nightmare there trying to do it on one flight. So yeah.
Oh really? Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, like the way they came in, and then she had to try to catch the next one. I think they missed it, and had to book her. It was just like a nightmare of an airport. I've had other people say Kennedy is not. They're not a fan of that, and not a fan of Newark, New Jersey. That's like pretty bad too. LaGuardia, yeah,
right.
So
I don't think I've flown into either one of those.
LaGuardia is terrible.
Oh, you've been to LaGuardia before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Feared for my life trying to land there.
Yeah, 1980s Atlanta. Yeah. When we were in DC or Maryland, like, and we had to fly out, we'd always fly out of Thurgood Marshall out of Baltimore, and people would come up from DC and fly to there rather than going out of Reagan. Like people talk about how bad Reagan is with all the congestion and just the way they handle stuff down there too. So not every airport is definitely the same. Right. But yeah, definitely. Sure. Yeah, it's a good time as it's usually in I would say like the second or third week of September when they usually do that, I think, for Oktoberfest. We got Bachfest in March. Well, you can't do it the same weekend as Tales-Field. Bachfest will be here.
Oh, that is the weekend we're doing that.
I think it is that weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, it used to be the weekend after Beer Fest, but we got to spread out this year.
Yeah.
Lots of good festivals. You got any festivals you going to, Shane?
Come to that one now.
So for Shane, like Shane's in Ontario, and I don't know if you saw or not. I'm still jealous about it, but they're bringing back the Beer and Taco Festival this month there, all through Ontario. Yeah,
Beer and Taco Festival. Yeah.
It's like, how come we don't got a Beer and Taco Fest here? Like, yeah.
Well, and it's surprising because those two things go so well together, beer and tacos. Yeah. And I'm surprised it's not more places. Yeah, we got the Beer and Taco Festival coming up. There's a whole bunch of little beer festivals out, mostly throughout the summer, but now getting into spring pretty soon. So they'll start popping up a little bit more often. That's for sure.
You would think with the spike in Mexican lagers, there'd be more taco fests like beer and tacos. Everybody's like loving Mexican lagers now.
I don't mind them in the summer. They're okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're pretty popular now, even. People are still drinking them like right now. Like, yeah. But
yeah, you can get some really nice Mexican lagers. I mean, especially when it's getting to summertime and it's hot out, they're perfect. Little squeeze of lime in it. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. Go and mow the lawn. Yeah, give me a couple Mexican lagers. Let's go. I'll get this done in no time. That's it. Lawnmower beer.
Speaking of beer, I need another beer. Todd just got a beer. What beer did you get, Todd? I go get another one.
So I popped open the Fatheads Holly Jolly Christmas Ale.
Oh, nice. I love Christmas beers.
It was a leftover that a friend of mine gave me a couple weeks ago. So I was like, we split it. The guy that got him, I think he drank one. He didn't care for it. So me and another friend of ours, we split the other 5. So I brought a couple.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to drink. I got that in the fridge. Like, I'm going to drink that one. So
yeah.
Pretty good. It's pretty tasty.
Is that one like it's got a lot of like dark fruit kind of taste to it? A little bit of spice?
Yeah. Sort not real heavy spice, but some of the dark fruits for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go back in for again. Yeah, I mean, it kind of not really overly spiced, but it does have the Christmas ale vibe to it, if that makes sense.
Right.
But it's not like super in the spice realm of things. It's nice. It's pretty good. I like it. I mean, Fatheads makes some really good stuff. I don't know if you've ever had any of their stuff.
I think I've had one from Fathead, but I couldn't tell you what the hell it was. But the name sounds very familiar. I'm pretty sure I've had one, but I couldn't tell you what it was. Well, after you've had a couple thousand different beers, you kind of you forget. Like, I think you kind of like, oh, that name sounds familiar. I'm sure I've had it, but don't ask me which one I've had. you know.
That's the one good thing
Big-
about Untapped. I like to just check them in just because I'm like, yeah, I had that one. Did I put anything about it? Like, I don't know. Did I rate it? Yeah, it's pretty good. That's all I can remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah, like you said,
it was good. Yeah.
that's the great thing about Untapped for sure.
Yeah. Big Daddy in the house. He got a Southern Tier
Big Daddy.
10% peanut butter stout.
Mm.
Very nice. There's another one for North Dallas. Maybe I should have had North Dallas 40 on the list. I think many people would remember North Dallas 40, but
I don't think I've ever heard of it, so
Big
not
D.
for me.
Yeah.
If you could watch it, Shane, you should watch that one.
Yeah, it was like early
Yeah,
80s. I bet
Yeah.
Nick Nolte was the biggest actor. Was he the biggest actor in it? I know Nick Nolte was in it. I trying to think who else was in it with him.
Maybe. I'm trying to think now. I have to look it up now. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not. I've only watched a couple football movies because I'm Canadian, so if it doesn't have a
Yeah.
fucking net, I'm kind of not interested. But
Well,
Yeah, Nick Nolte, Charles Durning was in it as
I was
well.
gonna say but Nick Nolte's definitely.
He's like the big one in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
What the hell, you two, stop.
that's too bad he went all crazy. Nick
Yeah.
Nolte.
Who went more crazy, Nick Nolte or Gary Busey? I don't know if Gary Busey's thing is a medical thing or whatever, but you see Gary Busey nowadays, I don't know what's going on with him.
He just.
Well,
looks-
he's
just
he's
looks-
insane. He looks insane.
So, yeah, even more.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's by design. They're just like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna mess with people and just I'm just gonna look like I'm totally screwed up and talk like I'm totally screwed
That's
up.
why I
Or
don't
maybe
know
he
if it's
is.
like if he's dealing with something, like should I even be saying anything? But then it's kind of like I don't know what Gary Busey because he's always played like kind of that off type character at times. So
Yeah, he did, right?
yeah,
Or maybe he just got a little bit too into his roles. Maybe that's the problem.
yeah.
Because a lot of actors they'll research a role like Winona Ryder, just for example, she was playing in a movie where she was a thief or something, and she actually went into a store and stole some clothes, and that was a big news thing.
Yeah,
years
she
ago.
became like a klepto for a while. Yeah. Like,
Yeah, because she said she was studying for her part in the movie, which
yeah.
I guess. I mean, if you're not somebody who
she
steals
didn't
shit,
return anything. Like if you were studying for a part in the movie, wouldn't you steal it and then return it? Like, okay, I took because I was studying the role and like she kept it. She kept the shit she was stealing. So
she was just really into the role. That's all. She was dedicated to that role.
oh shit. Hey Lee, what's happening, my friend? Okay. He had a bad motorcycle accident. He has legit brain damage for that. Well, thank you, sir. Lee Russell.
Oh, there you go.
Appreciate you. Yeah.
I knew he had something going on, but wasn't sure why.
Lee's a big movie type person too. He always like doing different movies and all that kind of stuff, dude. If you don't know Lee Russell, check him out because he still does beer. Lee's one of the OGs as well. He was doing the beer stuff back in the day. Still does it now as well. But great to see you, my friend. Another one of our friends in the 51st state of Canada. So
Here we freaking go.
yeah. Awesome
like,
to
"Oh,
see you, brother.
Well, see, you can't make Canada the 51st state because all you'll do is just piss off all the people in Texas. That's all you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But wouldn't it be fun just to do it, just see their heads pop?
It'd be kind of funny. It'd be kind of funny. I mean, really.
There you go, brother. Ask Jay, subscribe. There you go. It's great. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
thank you, brother.
Yeah, Shane
appreciate
does some
you. Thank you
great
so much.
stuff there.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
So since I'm back in Cincinnati, I went with the Cincinnati staple again here. So this is the Rhinegeist Truce, which is again 19.2 ounce can. So India Pale Ale. Truth is 7.2 ABV. So yeah. I got some other Rhinegeist in the stovepipe. In the stovepipe is like 9%, 9.3, 9.5. Oh, it's just 19.2 ounces. You can drink that. Yeah, I can drink that. Sure, no problem. I can drink that. I don't know about some of these other people that are buying it. Like, that can be dangerous for some folks.
That's little guys like me. Knock me on my freaking ass.
No, everybody puts these things and stuff. Like, there are more and more breweries are like putting the higher ABV into these cans, right? Like 19.2 ounce. Oh, here's this one. Like Golden Monkey. All the monkeys from Victory, they're putting in 19.2 ounce cans, but they're all 9.5 or higher ABV, depending on which one it is. So yeah, they're gonna knock some people in the ass. You're gonna mess around with that monkey.
But you know what? I mean, I enjoy the higher ABV beers. And like I said, I'm okay with drinking one big beer, and I'm done for the night. Like I can enjoy that. You know, you kind of sip on it, watch some hockey. You know, or you know,
but that's
football.
us, Shane. We've learned over the years. Some of these young folks don't know. They don't know.
No,
so
they
I'll
don't.
grab that one, and I'll grab another one. I'll grab another one, and it's just like, yeah. I don't know how I ended up in the shopping cart officer.
Yeah. Well, it's because you just drank 9% beer instead of seven Busch Lights like you're used to drinking. You dumbass.
I have no idea where my pants are.
Why are you asking so many questions?
Yeah.
There's a dick on my face. What? You got a mirror?
Oh, that's so classic.
I never understood that deal. Like someone passes out and like they get a dick drawn on their face. Like, yeah. You need a better selection of friends that'll watch over you. You know when something happens.
Yeah.
Did we not all do that though? I mean, I did that to my friends when I was younger.
We never did that. No.
I mean, we would. In all fairness, I think I've done it twice to people.
We did.
But both times I used like a washable. It was a washable marker.
Yeah.
I didn't use a Sharpie where you
don't want to mess up where it's a permanent one. Yeah.
Don't be the first one to fall asleep.
Yeah. There was always a concern, like if you pass out, make sure you know who you're with if you pass out there. So more like in the college years, like because if you pass out you pass out the wrong frat party, you might end up in that situation. So I never personally have done anything like that, but I know people where it's happened to. So yeah.
Like I said, it's as long as it's not a permanent marker and it's just a joke and I can wash it off. It's funny, right?
Yeah. It's
just
the pranking type thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, as long as you don't like I said, a permanent marker, and the guy's got to try and go to work the next day. You know that then you're just a dick at that point.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, we used to have different pranks we would do when we were in college. Like one of the pranks that we used to do is freshman year at a dormitory. Guys would take pennies, and they would take pennies and wedge them in your door from the outside, and you couldn't open the door because the pennies were blocking the door from opening.
From the outside?
From the outside. So in the gap, you would put like 5 pennies or whatever, and the door couldn't open because of the stack was preventing it from opening. So people will be stuck in a room, which is funny in itself, but it's even funnier when it's finals week and they're trying to get out to go take their finals exam.
That's funny. I've never actually heard of that. I'm gonna have to go try that now. You realize? I'm sure I've got some pennies lying around here because I don't know if you guys know we don't have pennies out here in Canada anymore.
Oh, you don't have pennies anymore, so it's just all like silver. Okay.
Yeah, we haven't had pennies for I'm gonna say probably 5 years now.
I don't even know why we carry cash anymore. It's
I don't
just
even know why we have.
I don't even use it. Yeah.
And cash also. That's a bit.
Yeah. Well, the problem with pennies is it costs more than a penny to make a penny.
Yeah.
And that's why we got rid of them.
Yeah. I mean, it's common and simple math, right? Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
Victory
exactly.
Monkeys rule.
That makes sense. Since why we don't do it here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Victory Monkeys was solid. I had my wife hooked in that for a bit, and after a while, she had to get back off it because she was like, "Oh, you couldn't give me some of that golden monkey again." And I get her that. I get her like the blueberry or whatever the fruity monkey was, and then a couple other ones. Is just like they would start to hit her after a point. Like, okay, I can't drink these anymore. Yeah, they can add up for you for sure. We see the penny thing at Berkeley College. There you go. Okay. Yeah.
Like I said, I've never personally heard about it, but I gotta go try it now.
That was a big one. We did the penny of the doors, and our freshman dormitory. We had we were called towers. We had like 9 floors of 4 different towers. I was in Tower 3. The Tower 4 was right across from us. The other 2 towers a little bit more spread out, but Tower 3 and Tower 4, we'd always have water balloon fights flying across from one window to the other one. They would always make it so if you were on the bottom, you got hit from like a 9th floor balloon. You were soaked. You were like.
So
yeah. Yeah, so we would do stuff like that and everything, and then we had a thing where it was called pile on, where you would catch somebody like kind of laying down in their bed sleeping,
Oh yeah.
and I'd get those, somebody would jump on top of them and like yell pile on, and like 20 guys would just come, and we stack on top all the way to the ceiling.
You got him off. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Suck it up. You'll be all right.
Oh. The fun things we used to do back in the day. We do it when someone had an audition, because again, an audition, a test, best times to actually do that when they can't get out of the room and they're freaking out in there. Oh. KO in the house. Cheers, my friend. Great to see you, brother. I went to WVU, so I was West Virginia University. And yes, we did hold it down as a top party school while I was in school there as well. So we would drink like pretty much all week for the most part. The thing that was funny, I mean, I say luckily because the year that I came to WVU was the year after the drinking age was 18 and went to 21. I don't know how I would have done if it would have been a freshman when it was 18, because they told me like in the dorms, you'd have kegs like on every floor basically. Like people were just getting hammered all the time. So I look back at it now, like good thing I wasn't 18 that freshman year, because I went to the Todd knows I went to the basketball game Sunday with Trez, and we were there with some other people. One of the guys that were there that we met was a Mountaineer. He was telling he was actually there 92 to 93. I was there from 87 to 93. I finished undergrad 91 and did some master's type stuff before I left. And he told me he was out first year. He was pretty much done. He was out. He had a 0.6 GPA.
Oh wow.
Oh my
God. Yeah. I mean, that's how much he's like, I didn't make it to, he's like, I didn't make it to class as much, but I can tell you where every girl was in the freshman dorm, because I was like everywhere. Like, it was just such a party school. Like, it was one of those schools you can get in, but it was very easy to fail out of too, because it was just always partying and stuff taking place. So yeah.
So he falls in the 4 to 8 range.
Yeah. maybe.
Or 48.
I was like, well, shit, you were there, because I told him, I said, you were there when I was actually a DJ in the radio back then. So yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, talking to him, and we met some other people that were there from WVU as well. But
he's probably grooving to you. Didn't even know it.
It was definitely a fun time for sure. When I was in the Army, if you passed out, they would shave one eyebrow. The shaving is another thing that did happen. I've seen. I dodged a bullet on an Everclear night. I crawled back to my room and locked myself in. They tried hard to get in. Oh, Everclear night. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and you crawled back. That's impressive.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Speaking like Everclear, we would drink Everclear at WVU. And then when we came to Cincinnati in 93, first time I tried to go buy alcohol, I was going to get some Everclear from Everclear, like punch or whatever. Went to Ohio, and Ohio was like, we can't sell Everclear. It's too strong. And I'm like, but it's alcohol. They're like, but it's too strong. Like, it's alcohol. How can alcohol be too strong?
Like, I don't know, buddy. I don't make the laws.
So I went over to Kentucky to Party Source, and I got Everclear. So ever since then, I've shopped in Kentucky. But now, being back in Ohio, I can get all the beers here on the Ohio side. But yeah, liquor stuff, I go to Kentucky for.
Nice. Well, listen, guys, I should probably get out of here. I got a couple things to do before I turn in for the night. But hey, great talking to everybody again. Thanks for having me on the show, Rod. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. Great swinging through. Make sure you guys check out Shane as well over there on Shane's Craft Beer Review. You can see it on his screen right here. So
please do. Well, I apparently got one sub tonight, so that's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Spread the word.
Get me one close to that 1,000. You know.
Where are you at now?
I think I'm at like somewhere around the 790 mark.
790. Okay.
Yeah, somewhere right in there. Maybe 788, something like that. 789.
Yeah. Well,
so
if you guys haven't checked out Shane, make sure to check him out. Always some fun videos that he's doing and great beer reviews and just a hell of a nice guy. So yeah, he's our buddy and one of our buddies up north in the 51st state. So check him out.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. That'd be great because I'm getting sick of paying this outrageous exchange rate when I gotta go visit. When I go down and
He's
visit
as
Todd,
American-
it's gonna cost me a
Hey,
fortune.
Rod, he's as American as we are now.
Right.
Right? Pretty much.
Call him apple pie.
That's right. I'm kind of looking forward to when you guys actually take us over because you guys are going to be just overloaded with poutine and of course maple syrup.
I'm down for it.
Yeah.
You guys are going to have the best maple syrup you've ever tried in your entire life. I mean,
Yes.
Well, who couldn't use more Tim Hortons?
That's right. There's nothing wrong with the Timmies on it's a great deal for sure. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Great talk to you, Todd. We'll talk soon.
All right, buddy.
We got some stuff coming, and Rod, I'll get a hold of you in a couple of weeks too. I'll let you know what my the exact details of when I go down to visit Todd.
Oh yeah, let me know.
Yeah, so if we can hook up, that'd be great. If it doesn't work, we've always got July, I guess. So.
Yeah. Well, that's right now. I'm trying to get that balancing too on my end. So.
That's right too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So. Right now, I'm definitely trying to still get there. Yeah.
And I'll be there and be like,
don't forget
this is a great. We'll be like, this is a great beer reviewer get together. You know what's missing? Frickin' Rod J.
You're right.
This would be perfect, except there's something missing. It's wait a minute, fucking Rod J.
You know what it'd be? I would come in time for the award show, and I'd be like, via satellite. I wish I could be there, guys. But I'm like,
I'm sorry.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. If you can't make it down, Rod, maybe we'll do a little thing where you can. I'll edit it in where you're doing like a live feed.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, like, you can record it after. I'm like, hey, just say this, and then I can edit it into the whole thing. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. And JT said cheers, Shane, as well. So there you go.
Yeah, cheers, JT. Always good to see you, brother. All right, have a good night, guys.
All right, brother.
Good night.
All right, have a good one. Talk to you soon. All right. Hey, enjoy your pox when it gets there. So, well, you won't have it yet. You'll be a while out, but yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be. I'm so excited.
Nothing wrong with Christmas in February.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
All right.
It's gonna be awesome.
See
you, Liz.
Cheers.
Have a good night, Liz. See you. All right, cheers, guys. Have a good day.
See you. So, let's see here. There's a bar across the street from Berkeley Dorm where they serve kamikaze. Oh my God, kamikazes back in the 90s. I remember drinking those. I remember bartending and having to serve those. And George Clinton Atomic Dog pinball machines.
Whoa. I kind of think I remember that, but I'm not sure.
George Clinton, I believe, if I saw correctly on a video I watched the other day, I think he's about to turn 80, which is crazy. I mean, obviously we all get older, but just thinking that George Clinton is like up there now, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We used to have a game where you had throw 3 plastic lawn chairs up the stairs, and you score points on how many chairs you could land on the stairs. You had to have a beer in one hand. That's pretty creative.
So I guess you throw it out and they most likely would slide down, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you had to land them up there on the stairs. So,
interesting.
Yeah. Heard about WU being a party school. I went to Southern Illinois University, which was 2. Yes, Salukis. Yeah, it was always like the Playboy top ranked schools were like that, party schools where they did. But we were always at least usually like top 5, if not top 10. But the years I was there, we were actually number 1 in a few of the years for sure. So like we'd have other universities come down to party with us from like people at Pitt or what's that IUPUI school? What is that? Indiana University,
University.
Yeah. Like IUPUI would always come down and party with us and stuff, and different
Indiana's
ones.
Supposedly one of the top 5 or 10 party schools. Also,
are they really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know Ohio U and Athens used to be one of the ones as well. But yeah, it was great. I mean,
I always heard about IUPUI that they were like that.
Yeah, the first time he came down, I'm like, what's this IUP? Like, IUPUI, students down at the parties and stuff like that. Like, it was kind of like, never heard of you guys before. But yeah, they're like, oh, it's Indiana University, Purdue University, Indiana. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like a tech, I don't know. We used to play baseball when I was in college, and we used to call we always call them ooey pooey. We're playing ooey pooey.
Ooey
Ooey
pooey. Oh, there you go. Big Daddy subscribed to Shane as well. Awesome. Could have sworn I subscribed to Shane now. So I'm just saying, getting at least subs that are popping in now. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Shane's a good guy. Always have fun. Great videos he's putting out. I went to UNO, a computer school, almost no campus life. All the parties were in town. Well, you were in New Orleans, so it's kind of like, come on. Nothing we can do is going to compete against Bourbon Street, right? So
yeah, true.
Yeah. Saves us money and having to develop somewhere for you guys to go. Just go over to Bourbon Street and have a good time. Yeah. University New Orleans. New Orleans.
But I always heard like just don't venture off like Bill Street, downtown, whatever. Like then you're in trouble.
At New Orleans
wasn't that bad, so I don't know what to believe.
No, I mean it's it's like the alleyway of shortcuts that you would usually take if you're out of town somewhere. Like if you were walking down the street and you're like, your hotel's over here, and it's like, oh, I just cut through this alley because this alley's shorter. They're like, no, walk all the way up to the main light, go over, and then come back. Like, because in those shadows is where trouble lurks. Right. That could be a commercial. Don't go this way.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. There's trouble in them shadows, son. You don't want to go that way.
An after-school special.
Next thing you know, well, you wouldn't know. You're an after-school special on ABC, like with things not to do, right? Like, yeah. But when I lived in Kentucky, we had there was a group that went down years ago. And I think the one guy was a teacher or whatever like that. And he ended up doing that and I'm getting killed down there in New Orleans. Like, yeah, because it was just like, somebody tried to, I guess it was a robbery and he got killed or whatever. But yeah, but it's just like, it's, you don't know. I mean, it's just, you could have the same thing happen to you in New York. You have it happen to you in Philadelphia. You could have it, Cincinnati, wherever. It's just all cities have like that kind of under area where it's kind of like you got to be careful. But
what part of the city is fine and what part you have no business being in.
Yeah. But I mean, I will say for New Orleans, when all the time people they've been prominent about telling people like don't do this type of stuff, and if somebody doesn't listen, I mean, what are you gonna do, right?
I mean, we got those parts here in Louisville. It's like don't go on that side of, don't cross whatever street it is, 20th Street or whatever. Don't go beyond that.
Yeah.
In the dark time, in daylight, you're fine. Don't go over, don't.
Yeah, but I think sometimes that's kind of
have a reason to be on that side of the street. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
got to have some sort of a reason to like.
I think sometimes though that's the only way to separate is it actual truth or is that just something that people being like in Cincinnati?
That is true. That is true.
When I moved here in Cincinnati back in like the late '90s and stuff, going to OTR was considered a rough area. And they're like, oh, you don't want to go down here after dark. You don't go down and everything like that. I mean, that's a rough area, but it's like you're telling a person that grew up in New Jersey, we used to go to Camden just to watch the fights on Friday night when people beat up. So to me, it's like, rough, but it's not like not like Camden rough. It's just like, just keep your head on a swivel and mind your own business and you're okay, right? So it always depends.
Yourself and,
yeah. Yeah, we used to do some crazy shit back then. We used to go to Camden on Friday nights. You go to Camden, the high school kids would get together like in the park and stuff and just like drink beers like 40s or like that. Everything kind of hang out.
They used to go up like in the buildings and stuff. And
we did shit like that. Like when I was in Burlington and stuff, like we would go to like old, like I won't say burnt buildings, but run down type buildings. Because we were in high school. We were in high school and it's like, okay, high school kids want to go out, have their own spot to drink or whatever, We would go to old buildings and we would like scale the walls and go up to the rooftop and we would drink on the rooftop and it wasn't the most sensible thing to do. Like I said, one time, one of our buddies almost grabbed the wrong shutter and almost like fell, but you know, he was okay. But it's like, yeah, we did stuff like that. I mean, it was a different time. It was a different.
Scale the walls like Spider-Man, or just kind of.
We would be on the outside of the good question. So we'd be on the outside of the building, and the way we had to go up like on this ladder to like the second floor, and we had to shimmy across to get to the area on the rooftop. So we were kind of scaling that way, but you had to I don't even know how we did it. Nobody did actually fall and die, but we were. But it was just that was just growing up Gen X. I mean, we grew up as kids.
Now, if you look at it today and you look at it, it's like, ain't no way I'd do that now.
Ain't no way, ain't no millennial or no Z or Y or anything getting up there like we used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, we were the generation our parents were like, go outside. Where are you going? I don't care, anywhere, but not here. And it's like, go entertain yourself. And we'd be out there, what are you going to do? Like, oh, let's have a rock fight. And you'd have a team of three, and we're throwing rocks at each other, right? Like, and it's just like, it's a whole different type of generation that we were a part of back then. So, yeah.
Street lights come on.
Yeah.
And then a minute later, because then you're in trouble. Like,
yeah.
What? You know what? Now I'm late for being back. Like, what's going on here?
we make a rope swing that was not something that was sanctioned by the city and secure as whatever. It looks good and everything like that. Get up there, do it a few times. Inevitably, it's gonna crack on somebody, and then we go flying.
Whoa! He was such a good kid. I liked him, but
yeah, and it's like kids heard like, "Can you pop it back in?" That was a common term. Can you pop it back in?
School next, like, what happened to you?
Yeah, you don't want to your parents, because then you get in trouble for getting hurt.
You get in trouble for getting hurt, right? And your friends like, "What?" Like, and they're like, "I gotta get back home." Like, you take on like you ring the bell, and your friends ring the bell and run. Like, they're like, "We can't be around you," you know, when you go back in hurt or whatever. Like, and your mom be like, "Well, who was with you?" And you're like, "Don't you snitch? Snitches get stitches."
I don't know who it was. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. So for us, it was a whole different time. Like nowadays, I can't imagine some of the stuff we did back then for some of the people to do nowadays. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure this generations or the younger generations have the stuff they actually do, but we were pretty ruthless on a lot of things too. You know, it was kind of like I was watching that Kelly Mannion video the other day. I don't know if you guys watch Kelly Mannion. She always cracks me up. She does the Gen X type stuff. She was like,
"Oh, is that that one?" Yeah.
She was talking about back in the day, like if a kid got in a fight, it's like your mom be like, "Well, who did you get?" And they're like, and your mom be like, "Well, I'm gonna whip his mama's ass," like whatever.
The gal in the beanie talking about drinking water or whatever from the hose or something.
Yeah, with the hose and stuff like that. Like, well, you like the guy's like, she's like, "You guys not have a sink or whatever." Yeah,
water from the hose. No,
yeah,
need to go inside or whatever. Yeah, it's like.
She does those videos, and you see people answering like other people like, you don't mess with Gen X. We get left off of a lot of stuff because people don't want to mess with Gen X. Like, we don't care. Like, you can't hurt our feelings. We grew up watching All in the Family, Jefferson, Sanford and Son. You know, you can't hurt our feelings in any kind of way. And we're a generation that believed in getting even. We weren't turn the other cheek. We're like, I'm gonna get that son of a bitch back. Right. And they won't see it coming. Yeah. I'll be up in a retirement home. I told you I'd get you back.
I mean, like, we're the generation in the middle of like our parents were that, you know, and now like our kids are that. Now it's like on the total opposite side of the spectrum. It's like, okay, wait a minute here. Like, we're in the middle of we've experienced that on the birth of computers, we've basically experienced it all. For the most part. You know what I mean? Like, there wasn't anything that we haven't been through or seen for the first time.
Yeah. I mean, we're like
spectrum, really.
Like for us, like younger parents nowadays, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta go home. And I got to make a meal for my kid." Like, how old's your kid? They're like 9 or whatever. The kid can't make his own damn meal. The kid can't make his own damn meal. 9 years old. He can't cook his own. He can't use a microwave at 9. Are you kidding me? Right. He can't do peanut butter and jelly or something. Like, all right. I mean, it's a different generation. Like, you know,
I remember I was like 6 or 7-ish. Come home. I was a latchkey kid.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I get home, call my mom at work. It's like, hey, I'm home. I'm fine. I'm good. Make sure, I was by myself.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't make any difference. It's like, who cares?
And your mom's Peggy's probably like, hey, there's something so in the fridge. Go ahead and make it or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
Take care of it, whatever you want. I won't be home until 5:30, or Dad's like, I ain't gonna be home until whenever. It's like, okay, so it's just on your own until.
yeah. It's like I see kids act up in the store with their parents, and I'm just like, I'm in shock and awe sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah, I got my
kids
ass beat.
the kids telling their parents off, and you ain't
Right,
doing
yeah.
nothing. I want to step in. Like, you want to use my belt? I'm giving you my belt. I mean.
Here you go. Use this.
And back when we got in trouble, like our parents didn't have to take us to like the dressing room to whip our ass. They would do it right in the middle of the store. Everybody could see it. So I'm like, I was like, oh man, it's a different take in the world nowadays.
Hey,
Before
here we
money,
are. We're still good.
yeah.
Whatever, it was all good. It didn't matter.
Before Mardi Gras break, one of my professors like to say, don't catch anything you don't want to keep. At least before Mardi Gras. Hey, Gnome's in the house. Cheers. 100%. Sometimes people freak out unnecessarily. Yeah. So if you haven't seen Gnarly Gnome, go make sure to subscribe to his channel. And he's what I'm talking about. He's the one that did the Malort beer. So you got to subscribe. You got to go see the video. He just released it today. And I feel like I may have to go by Swine City and check out this thing at some point because it's one of those weird fascinations. You're like, should I? Probably not. But then again, maybe I should. Just to mark it off for science. So check out Gnarly Gnome's channel if you have not checked it out. Went to Mardi Gras in 2002 before Katrina. It was a blast. I've never been to Mardi Gras, but I've been to New Orleans numerous times, and Mardi Gras will just be that final level. It's like the going in to fight the big boss on the video game at the end. He's like, I'm here. This is the final fight. This is like Mike Tyson Punch Out. It's me and Mike right now.
Yes.
Don't talk to me. I'm concentrating. Mike Tyson Punch Out. Yeah, Punch Out. Put a lot of quarters in that game as a kid, and then played it a lot when it came out in this video game.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, see, we did the same thing in high school, Rod. It was a badge of honor if you got a bit straight. Yeah, I got scars from me being in shit. Like, that's just what we did. It was just part of growing up back then. For sure, it's amazing we survived, right? We used to shoot fireworks at each other. Yeah, we would do that. Build crazy tree forts way up behind trees, times that thing. Yeah, we would do all that kind of stuff, light firecrackers in the hand or hold a bottle rocket to shoot at someone or the M80. Yeah.
A little bit better.
That was cool. I like that one.
Yeah, we just climbed the hell out of trees and like figure out how to get down some other way. Like, we never think about how to get down. We just wanted to go up the tree. When we got up there, it was like, oh shit, I'm pretty high up. How am I getting down out of here? Figure it out, right? It became like Tetris. How do I get to the bottom type thing? Just figuring the puzzle.
Scale down.
Yeah.
Figure it out. You figure it.
Yeah. Oh man. It was Adventure Time back in the day. Yeah. First I was at McDonald's, and one of us figured out how to get on the roof. Yeah. And you get up to the roof, and that becomes your spot, like, to hang out. It's funny, like, watch the movie like Clerks, and they're like on top of the roof doing stuff. Like, we just did shit like that. Like, let's get up there and chill.
We used to go up to the old elementary school that we all went to as kids, and a bunch of us used to play like tape ball. Make our own wiffle balls out of paper, and tape them up or whatever. And tape balls, and they were great, but we'd play it like hit it up so high as a home run, and 9 times out of 10 we always hit them up on the roof, so we'd always go up on the roof to get them, chase them.
Yeah.
But there was one neighbor that was right, because the school was like right behind a couple of houses, whatever, where it come into the school, And there was one old lady. It was every time she'd see us get up there, she'd try to call the police or call somebody to like, hey, they're on top of the roof again, like blah blah. I'm like, what are you? Why are you doing that? Yeah, what are you doing? Do you want to pay for us to get some more wiffle balls or tape balls?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, thinking back in the day, I mean, just the crazy stuff like the snowballs. You'd have snow and you'd be throwing, probably not the safest thing now, but of course back then it was totally different. But you throw snowballs at cars that were passing by. Like, it wasn't the smartest thing to kind of do, but you just do shit that was just out there. Like, and I just saw a story where somebody threw a snowball at like a truck or whatever, and the guy got out of the truck and shot the guy that threw the snowball, shot the kid or whatever. Like, that was definitely not something that happened back in the day. But
no,
yeah,
you can't do that shit now because
you
will die for sure.
Yeah, and just I don't know, it was just a different time. It was just, it was your youth and just learning things, and just having fun doing stuff, and just figuring shit out that you really don't get nowadays.
Are we getting that old? We're reminiscing this much.
I don't know if it was that. I don't know if it's just when you look at stuff nowadays where kids just don't do or have a chance to do some of this. I just, I don't know, maybe it's perceptions on stuff that you see out there.
I feel like in those regards, like our generation is the last to do that. Like our parents before us were even did that shit before also. You know what I'm saying? Like they did it also, but
I mean, think about it.
Our generation after it's kind of different.
Well,
that was like one of Kelly Mannion's videos. Is like we were the last generation that literally, they had to put a commercial on TV at 10 o'clock asking where your children were.
Yeah.
Because we were always running out and about doing shit.
Do you know where your kids are?
Yeah. Like to remind me.
But I'm not sure now you're going to make sure.
They literally had to remind parents to look for your kids because your kids might not be home. Yeah.
Like, do you know where your kids are? Like, damn it. I forgot about them.
Yeah.
Like, no, so I will go check.
Yeah. I mean, just the free silent and just out there riding bikes, no helmet type thing. I mean, obviously I understand the safety part of it now, but back then we flipped a lot of bikes with no helmets and came out okay, so it's just a little scraped up. Yeah. We go in teams of 2 to clean the parking lot. I'll be going forever, right? Yeah, when I worked at Burger King back in the day, that's how we could go out there and do something and be like gone and just be sitting back, not doing anything.
But see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and clock out and just
Mardi Gras is like jumping into a giant 5-day mosh pit. I imagine with all the folks and everything happening there. JT went for 4 days and was ready to go home. Whew, yeah. They must have been amazing to go to Mardi Gras then. I almost did an SIU around the same thing, being a day driver. Regret not doing it. Yeah, that would have been awesome to go down and do that. I mean, I would say when I was in school, the big thing was spring break. So my freshman year, we went down to Fort Lauderdale, which was 88, which they considered like one of the last good years to go to Florida for spring break because in the 80s, like if you go back and you watch some of those movies, like the spring break type things they used to put on HBO and all that kind of stuff, it literally was like that on spring break when you got down there in the 80s. It was just like
what's the one that the boob guy that did all the boob stuff?
Oh, Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild. Yeah, it was literally that. Like,
yeah.
You walk into the club and it was just like 2 live crew. It was like, boom, shake that, shake that. Then like, and people were going crazy. Like, what the hell did I just walk into? All right, shake.
I'm just doing what he said to do.
I mean, Fort Lauderdale, that Southern Florida scene was like off the hook. We went down there and stuff, and it was just totally different. It was just the 80s they were definitely that excess decade that people talk about. And people were just over the top on so much shit back then. I remember being a kid back in the 80s when parents would fight over Cabbage Patch Kids, like when Christmas came out. Like their kids wanted Cabbage Patch, and like the last one in the store, parents were literally fighting on the news.
Yes.
To get Cabbage Patch Kids, yeah.
Got me a Cabbage Patch Kid.
Yeah, Shannon got one when she was a kid, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember it was like fighting.
The Star Wars toys, when the Star Wars teams came out, they were fighting. I mean, it was just like a whole different thing back then.
I was
Yeah,
a Star Wars guy, and she was the Cabbage Patch Kid girl.
yeah.
But yes.
Literally go to the mall and do nothing but like go to the arcade and hang out in Sam Goody. That's all we're doing, just hanging out at the mall. Like,
Yeah,
you buy
yeah.
anything? No, they're just
Glad
hanging
it's
out.
happening.
And because the girls were there, so the boys were there. So it's like, you get on your bikes and ride over like Stranger Things and just be at the mall hanging out.
We had the Aladdin's Castle that played the shit. What was the what was the game back when the day? It was the first one that had like the top screen, and everybody would line up just to watch it because it was so cool looking, like the animation.
Was it Dragon's Lair?
Yes, Dragon's
Yeah,
Lair.
Dragon's Lair. Yeah. And people would be lined up and stuff. Yeah, to
Yeah.
watch that and everything. Yeah.
Quarter stacked. I'm like, where'd you get that money from? I was like, don't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. It's our turn now.
Yeah, we'd be there. What was the
And it would be there'd just be people just mobbed around just watching. It's like,
yeah. And then you'd be like, I want to get some snacks, and you go down to the little I can't remember the name of the store, but they like the Partridge Farms, like sausage and cheese they would put out and stuff like that. So you go down there and get some snacks and stuff, come back up to the arcade. And Great American Cookie will put out samples, so you get some chocolate chip cookies over there. The mall used to be the spot back in the 80s. I mean,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then what was the pizza place that was across from the
Night, Liz. Have a good one. Great seeing you, my friend.
It was New York style pizza back in the 80s.
Oh, that was Sbarro.
Sbarro's, yes.
Yeah, you go to Sbarro all the time. Yeah. Had a big slices of pizza too.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
That's always fun. That one I already saw that one episode of The Office where Michael goes to New York for like a corporate meeting. And he's like, yeah, I'm up here in New York and stuff like that. He's talking to the camera. He's like, I'm at my favorite place for the best pizza in the world. He turns around and Sbarro across the road.
I remember that. Yes, it was like, what? Are you serious?
This truck moves and it's Sbarro.
You're in New York City, you go to Sbarro. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
That's my dream. Like, really?
Oh gosh. Yeah.
That's funny.
Summer so long and hot in New Orleans, the active season October through whenever Mardi Gras. Yeah. I've been down there before in the summer too. It does definitely get that warmness on, and everybody gets the seersucker suits out. So
I do want to go down there for that sometime, though.
I just dropped by my sister's who has 3 boys. I walked in the door and all 3 teens didn't notice that they were on the phone. That's what it is, all on the phone and stuff now. So yeah. Yep, 2 Live Crew. 2 Live Crew was banging on the music. And I remember down there, like, it was the summer that LL came out with Going Back to Cali and stuff too. And people were bumping that in the car. And in Miami, the bass sound was huge, right?
Yeah.
So when I'm going back to Cali, I had that huge bass. So you just see the cars driving down the street, boom, going back to Cali. Okay, yeah, it was crazy because people just cruise the strip back then. Yeah, that was fun times. Neither me or my sister have any of those toys. So we were simple back then. Like, we'd sit there and play that Mattel football or like that and everything. And it was just like,
just a bunch of dots on the screen.
with the dots on the screen. Yeah.
Yes, touchdown. All right. Sweet.
You that little tune when you scored in the end zone. Okay, your turn. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, you tell kids to try to enjoy it while they can, but it's just different now.
Rod, did you ever have the Evel Knievel when you were a kid?
Mm-hmm. I had the Evel Knievel with the
'Cause I think
turn it up.
How old are you?
55. So yeah.
So I think my brother's he's a little bit older than you. So I remember as a kid, like he had the remnants of the Evel Knievel. I was like wind it up and let it go. I was like shoot down the and all the strips of like the road strips or whatever. It was like, it was awesome. I was like, dang, this is so much fun.
Yeah, my mom got it for me one Christmas when I was, I don't know, probably.
That was good.
I redeemed it.
I was probably like around 5 or 6 or whatever like that and everything. And I was playing that all over the place. It got on her. I think it got on her nerves. I would play with that so much, like just having to come across everywhere. But I used to be big into the old Tyco racetracks too back in the day. So I used to get those and the night glow. You turn all the lights off and it was just glowing.
Oh yeah.
Can't get those anymore nowadays. I don't think either. Like the old racetracks from back then.
Because I think if I remember right, those racetracks, they were just pieces, and they were like whipping. Like you could be.
No, that was the Hot Wheels.
Oh,
that was the Hot Wheels.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're right. That's what.
Yeah, those. I didn't have those. One of my buddies, he had Hot Wheels, and sometimes he would get because back in the parents we had back in the end, it was whatever they had handy. If it wasn't a belt, it might be the Hot Wheels. I think every house I went to had the wooden spoon and fork on the wall. So sometimes it might be the wooden spoon. So it was just like there was always something that could be used against you.
They always had holes in them too. So
the holes get that wind flow going. It might even be like a little piece of wood or something. At some point, it was just like it was. I'm pretty sure we probably had some situations where we were abused growing up at a point, but we just took it and we roll with it, right?
I remember I used to go stay the night all the time at my cousin's house and my uncle, which is my mom.
Mattel. Mm-hmm.
When he used to get in trouble, he'd always pick us up. He'd grab us by our ears and would pick us up by our ears. And I'm pretty sure that's probably child abuse nowadays, right?
Probably, yeah.
He'd pick it, like it didn't matter. It's like I'm not your kid. Why are you doing this to me? But back then you didn't even think that. You didn't think that. You were just like, okay, aunts and uncles, they were extended part.
Yeah, you were accomplice at that point.
So they had the right to do that stuff.
Yeah.
I just remember it's like, I didn't do it. That was him. It wasn't me. Like, why you were a rat.
You were accomplice by association. You were guilty as well. I hated that. Back then, it was like if you were just around, you were considered as part of it as well.
Exactly.
So
Yes. You were guilty. Yeah. No, I didn't.
JT, that's pretty cool. JT just got the classic football 2 again from Mattel. He just said he just bought it recently.
I should have been.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember like this is shit that we get in trouble for, but it's just like it wasn't me or whatever. It wasn't this or it was the whole snitches get stitches type thing too. If somebody broke something, nobody would say anything. So everybody got whooped. Everybody took a whooping because nobody could say who it actually was. Like, don't you say anything,
It wasn't me. Somebody told. Who told? No, it wasn't me. Like now we're all in trouble because somebody ratted us out.
Yeah. As you know, we went through it. We came up. I don't know. Not to say that people nowadays need to do that with their kids. It's just funny, just the differences and stuff. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just see some of the stuff nowadays, and I'm like, well, kids don't get their ass whipped anymore. I don't know. That's just my interpretation, but I'm like,
now
somewhere on the boundaries and there, whatever. Some kids are like, I can run all over my parent like buckshot because they can't do anything.
Now considered child abuse to get what we went through.
Well, the kids get the idea. Well, I can just call this number if you do something to me. It didn't work that way back then because you said it to your parent, they give you the phone, they start dialing for you, and then they whip your ass. Yeah.
Let me save you some trouble.
Yeah.
Tell what you want.
They call your bluff.
So true.
Oh yeah. And moms back there were quick on the backhand too. Say something that didn't make sense. You just get a backhand like out of nowhere. I had no idea where they came from. Just they were tricky with it. They'd be like, lean forward, and you didn't know what's going on. You lean forward and whack.
Where'd that come from? From there. Like, oh wait.
Got me staggered like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour.
Damn.
Oh yeah, the paddle at the house didn't get used much, but it was there. It was on the wall. It was like, don't let me get the paddle. Yeah, but I think to me the worst punishment was always my godbrother's dad. We get in trouble over there, after a while, we got when we were younger, when we got older, it was always like the whole stand in the corner. Did you ever get that? Like you stand in the corner and you just look at the corner, and
Yes.
until they tell you like, okay, now come out like that. I felt like
15,
like
20, 30 minutes go by.
oh my god! And, you just start looking like, don't you look around? You look right there. They be watching you, but you don't know they're watching you. You try to check it, and they're like still there watching you. Like, yeah.
And sometimes it'll be like, time starts over. You got to,
yeah.
You're back in square one again. You're like, Jesus, what? Why? Why you doing this to me?
I like, can I opt in for the whooping because I hate this damn corner?
Yeah. I'll go for the abuse instead.
That's the one I hated right there, like standing in that corner because it would be for a while too. It's just like, and then you're like, he's like getting tired. Like, don't you slouch? You start don't slouch.
Don't look. I saw you peeking. Don't do it.
Oh yeah. I was like, can I just opt in for the water torture? Because I can't take this standing here. I can at least sit down on the water torture.
Beating these hands. I don't want to do it no more. Just do what you got. We'll just call it even at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were probably abused at some point, but it was all part of the time. So yeah, none of us died from it like that. It was like we all became stronger from it for the most part. So it's like, don't do that again. We became problem solvers too because we would do something when we mess up. Like one time, we were supposed to go to church, and me and my buddies decided to go do donuts. We were doing donuts at this old abandoned field, and we got stuck or whatever. And it's just like, can't call home. Come on, guys, let's figure this out. How can we get out? Yeah, we got to figure out something here. Like none of the parents can know we skipped church for this type thing. So yeah, so in a way, it developed our problem solving skills too. So yeah. Oh, as they say on All in the Family, those were the days.
Those are the days.
And I would not change anything because it was a fun time growing up for sure. So.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, we are at the 11 o'clock hour, just a little past, so we're probably going to wrap it up here. Well, thanks for everybody that tuned in. Hope you enjoyed our little tales from this evening's broadcast and enjoyed. And thanks for everybody that subscribed to Shane's channel. If you got a chance, make sure you subscribe to the Gnarly Gnome as well, and everybody else here, anybody doing the stuff. Every Thursday night, we have fun, kind of just kicking back,
Always a good time.
Having pleasantries, drinking some beers, and didn't get a chance too much. Now, if you are following me on the podcast, I didn't do a podcast episode this week, but I will be doing it this weekend for next week, and I'm going to give a rundown and a summary of all the different things from the beer conference and the beer fest, Todd and Shannon being up here and stuff like that, and kind of talk about some different things. So I will have the podcast episode out that will also take place, and that's any of the podcast channels. The new name of the channel is Rajay Talks Beer, so I'll be sharing some stuff there as well. Some interesting things, just things I've noticed from the conference I'll get into, and things upcoming, things to be aware of out there, and some fun as always. I will go ahead and close out the poll right now, and we do have a tie with Remember the Titans and Rudy. So Rudy came up tonight. Ooh. Rudy came up. Varsity Blues was hanging for a bit there.
I'm from behind.
From behind there, but it does have the cursor next to Remember the Titans. So I don't know if they're giving the edge or whatever, but we'll call it a tie between Remember the Titans and Rudy, which are two of the movies I actually saw that were on the poll. So both of those were excellent flicks. And unfortunately, couldn't get all the movies in there, but, we talked about some other great ones too. And then JT says, see you then. And appreciate that, KO. Always fun to have the good stream. And next week when we're back, nobody really tells us what they're drinking. So if you guys are drinking some other stuff outside of Big Daddy shared his beer, make sure you let us know what beers you're drinking so we can share those details as well. But
absolutely.
I heard some things in my headset going on.
No.
Well, I was one of the cables were loose, I think, so I knocked something off the thing here. But anyway, we're going to wrap up. Thanks for everybody that tuned in, and I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. All new videos coming next week, some of the reviews. And again, if you haven't checked out the podcast, it's something different that I'm doing there, having more of a different format rather than just replaying the YouTube stuff. So make sure you check out the podcast as well. We'll go ahead and sign off, and we'll catch you guys next week. Cheers everybody.